So without further ado, I'm not even going to waste any time with this because I respect this man's time. I'm going to go ahead and welcome my brother David Benavidez up in the building. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
What's up, man? First of all, I just want to thank you and all the fans that are watching. I appreciate everybody for their support. And what's up, man? How's it going on?
Oh, chilling, my brother. And I got Troy Graham, of course, up in the building. We're both going to be kind of tackling this. Let me get that camera right real quick. But yeah, what's called it? Man, first and foremost, I appreciate you being here, man. A lot of people don't know about, the details. They see you as a boxer right now. You know what I'm saying? They see you as a big threat. You're already two-time WBC champion. Explain to the people how you started off with boxing, first and foremost, for the people that don't know. Just educate them a little bit about your history and how you're in boxing right now.
Well, I started off in boxing when I was 3 years old, and the reason because my brother, he's 5 years older than me. So, my brother got into it first. My brother and my father started to get the little training routine going on. And by the time I was born, I was always around in training. And I remember going, because we had a little gym in our garage. So I'd go to the garage, and then my dad, first he would tell me to leave. And then he's like, you know what, we might as well train him. We might as well make him learn something. So I just stayed there. That was basically my whole childhood boxing, since 3 years old all the way into now. I've probably got like 21 years boxing. So it's really been my whole life.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And in those years of boxing, right?
Yeah.
What would you say for someone, because my major thing again is we're trying to drop keys for the up and comers. I have 9 children, if you didn't know that. All right, I have 9 children. So we trying to educate these kids on how to stay out of the streets and stuff like that. And what would you say is the biggest obstacle to sticking to boxing? To making a career out of it versus just an exercise.
Well, the biggest obstacle in the beginning is just to continue going. Just don't stop going. I mean, it is very hard once you get to that, to the elite level boxing. You have to run in the morning, you have to train at daytime at the gym, then you have to train again at night. So all I would say is for the kids, dream big. That's the way I got myself to motivate myself is, you could reach greatness. Greatness is in front of you. All you have to do is put the work in. So, just going to the gym every day, and then just staying dedicated to boxing. That's the biggest obstacle. And after you get around that, then, the sky's the limit for whoever.
That's what's up, man. And I'm going to pass it off next to Troy, then to Guido, then to marqnash.
Okay.
All right, brother. I just want to tell you thank you for your time, man. We definitely appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
You know what? I got a what's called, I guess, a simple question for you, because I did some research on you and all that. Because at one point, as a young man, you were like 250, and now you're this big, bad 168-pound fighter that everybody doesn't really want to fight, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell that story, man, of that journey of going from that child that's 250 to the killer, to the killer you are now. Also, right? I saw a few of your fights, brother. You actually love what you do, man. You actually love what you do. You're a fighter's fighter.
No, definitely.
I see that energy in you.
Yeah, boxing, like I said, boxing's been my whole life. I love boxing with everything. I feel like if I wasn't a boxer, I would have to be something to include boxing. Maybe a referee, a judge, maybe something like that, because I love boxing so much. But the reason why I gained so much weight, is because I've always been a big kid, ever since birth. Since 3 years old, I look like a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? That's what my dad and my mom always used to joke around about, that I was always a big kid since I was a baby. So I had been training from 3 all the way until, when I gained all that weight, was 12 years old. And the reason is because my brother and my father moved away because, just to look for more opportunity. My brother, he was one of the best amateurs in the U.S., so I think they offered him, a place in Los Angeles to stay in with Freddie Roach. I think it was at the Wild Card. So they moved over there. But at the time, I was 12 years old, and I didn't really want to move. I didn't want to move away from my mom. So I stayed with my mom. I ended up staying with her. And, think about it. You're a kid that's trained his whole life, and then now you get a period of time where you don't have to train. You don't have to do nothing. I didn't even know what to do with my time. And I've always loved eating, so that's how I felt like I've always maintained my weight up to that point. Once, boxing was taken out, and I didn't want to box no more when I was 12, I just eating 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day, Taco Bell, ramen noodle soup, McDonald's, everything that's bad for you. I ate, and like within a year, man, I went up. At the time, I weighed like 180, and then like a year went by, and I was 200. I first looked at myself in the mirror because I didn't really recognize myself anymore. I had gotten so big, my cheeks had gone so fat, and everybody used to make fun of me saying I looked like Fat Albert. You know what I mean? And I looked at myself and I didn't recognize myself. So I stepped on the scale and I was like 260 pounds. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I let myself get this big. So I called my dad, I called my brother, and, I asked if I could go over there and start training to lose some weight. They said, of course, come over here. They're happy to have me because I didn't live with them for a whole year. And I didn't see him in that whole year. My brother was in California. He was about to turn pro, doing all this stuff, to prepare for his professional debut. So I didn't see him. And then, and then one thing too, the thing that really, pushed me to lose the weight and get motivated is I was in class one day. I was in, what was it? I think it was 5th grade or 6th grade, something like that. And then they started talking about boxing. And remember at the time I was 12 years old. I probably had like 9 years boxing. And I told everybody like, yeah, I know how to box. I've been boxing for 6 years. And everybody started laughing at me, man. Like, oh, this kid's super fat. How could he have 9 years boxing? He's so fat. And that just pissed me off because, like, all the work I did to that point, it didn't really mean nothing to all these people because they're laughing at me. They're saying I'm lying because I'm fat, that I haven't boxed. So that was just like the last straw. And then I went over there to California. And then my dad, we started training, just to lose weight. I mean, we're just picking up back where we had left off at. I've been gone for a year, so we just started training. And it took me like about a year and a half, man. I think I was like almost 14 years old, and I had hit like 180, 175. So then by that time, my dad, takes it upon himself to like, talk to me about, turning pro. And at the time, man, I didn't really have too much of an amateur career. I'd sparred, I had hundreds and hundreds of sparrings, but I didn't really have too much amateur fights. At the time, I only had like 7 amateur fights. And my dad wanted me to turn pro. I'm like, you know what? I don't really like school. I don't know what else to do, so fuck it. I'm going to go all in boxing. And from there, I started sparring. I think the first like world champion I sparred was Latif Coyote. I sparred him at 14. I was still like 190, somewhere around there. He was fighting at cruiserweight. So I sparred him. This was like the first professional champion I've ever, sparred. I sparred, amateurs and other pros back then, but not to like a champion. So I sparred him, man, and this dude was just super scary. And, he hit really hard, but, I knew what I had in me. I knew I had, I had the talent and I had the balls to stay there with these older champion men, you know what I mean? So I was 14 at the time. And I think that's where my dad really seen that, there's a possibility I could become a champion because I'd always dreamed about being a champion, but I had never like, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be 100% a champion because I was a little kid. I didn't know what I wanted. But I think ever since my dad seen that sparring, he pushed me because he knew what I had in me. After that sparring, I sparred a whole bunch of other top, cruiserweights, light heavyweights, and then I went to go spar with Kelly Pavlik. And that was the one I'll never forget. I was 15.
Kelly Pavlik was nasty, wasn't he? He was nasty, bro.
He was nasty.
He was one of those dudes that I seen before he became a champion. I was like, he's gonna be a champion.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he knocked out Jermaine Taylor after getting dropped.
Yeah, he had some nasty power, man. I've always been a fan of Kelly Pavlik too because of his fight with Jermaine Taylor. Both of them fucking classics. And no, he let me spar him at 15 years old. I had just turned 15. Wow. That's why I remember it so good. But I was just so scared because I knew Kelly Pavlik. He's Kelly Pavlik. I'm 15 years old. The only other person that could compare to Kelly Pavlik I sparred was Latif Coyote, and Latif Coyote was not Kelly Pavlik.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. I got that nervous energy, but I had trained, I prepared, and we did a great fucking sparring, man. It was amazing sparring, and that just gave me even more. That gave me more confidence in myself. Not only that I knew that I had the power to be with the old veterans, I could actually hurt them, because I felt I hit Kelly Pavlik with some good shots. I'm not gonna say I hurt him because I was 15 years old, but I hit him with some great shots. And then after that, then my confidence keeps going higher and higher. I'm sparring high-level boxers, light heavyweights, super middleweights, heavyweights. I think at one point I sparred Michael Hunter in Vegas, and I beat him up too. And then I went to
breaking news.
That was a long time ago, bro. That's a long time ago. I was like 16 years old when that happened.
Nevertheless, though, I don't think anybody, any one of us have heard that. So,
that was long, yeah.
Good.
That stayed in that gym. It was in the Mayweather gym. So anybody who was there, they know what's up.
Yeah.
I had sparred Jay Leon Love that day, and I sparred some other dude that day too. So I mean, they know me really good at the Mayweather gym.
That's
you definitely put in some work there.
But what I was gonna say, man, I got a big opportunity because my brother went to Big Bear, so I followed with him. I was 16 years old. I was about to turn pro.
Right.
And you know, my brother's working there, and they're out of nowhere, this Russian guy comes, or the Russian, Kazakhstan guy. I didn't know who he was. I was 50. That was before Golovkin made his U.S. debut. And then we're like, fuck, we don't got any work. We weigh 180. This guy weighs like 165. Like, you guys want to work? I was 15 years old, and I got in the ring with Golovkin, and we had an amazing sparring session, man. It was the sparring session was so good that he invited me to be his main sparring partner for like 5 years, the next 5 years. So I was just grateful to, you know, be able to work with Gennady Golovkin. And then since I sparred him, and I knew Gennady Golovkin at the time nobody was better than him. And, you know, that's why my confidence is so high, because I was there giving him work, man. I was giving him some great work.
No doubt. So I got Guido next, and then Mark, and then before I jump to Guido, just so you know, because Lisa Bell said, David, I love how you fight, especially the combinations. And then Kind of Local said a very underrated aspect of David is how he knows how to cut the ring off. He does this so perfectly you hardly notice it. So you know,
Thank you guys, I appreciate the support, man.
Yeah.
Thank both of you.
So and then somebody else says that you locked in on target. Dimitar says he's locked in on target. So Guido, you go next, man. You on mute, by the way.
Yo quiero mandar un saludo a ti, man. Thank you for coming, man. You know, we appreciate you for coming.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing out there for la raza, you know what I mean? Saludos para la gente latina, ¿tú me entiendes? So, we respect that, you know what I'm saying? Pero y una pregunta, what's going on with this guy, Plant? He's running his mouth too much.
He's running his mouth, man. That's what I'm saying, man. If that dude wanted to fight me, he could have been fighting me. Now he's saying that I wasn't ready back then. He could have fought me, you know, as an opponent for his last fight. You know, I mean, we're getting ready at the same time, but why is it that this dude, he keeps saying that, you know, things keep falling down? If you wanted to fight me, we can make the fight happen. He's the champion. He can fight whoever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, right.
The reason why the fight's not happening is because you don't want to fight me. He's scared. You know, I ain't gonna say no more. He's just scared. You know, if you knew he could beat me, he would get me out the way. But why doesn't he?
Right.
You don't believe him.
And there's people saying that, that they send you the contract. Is that true?
I mean, contract. If they would have sent me
I know
contract,
they be clout chasing out there in the other channels. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. But, I mean, I hope that this fight can still happen, man. I feel like that would be a great fight. I feel like we hyped it up to the point where people it needs to happen. It needs to happen. If it doesn't happen this year, it has to happen next year. You know what I mean? So I'm right here. I'm taking out whoever I got to take out. I'm fighting whoever I got to fight to get to either to IBF title or all to other titles. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll fight whoever right now just to get to where I need to be.
I mean, we know
you can't fight everybody until you're vaccinated.
Well, I was gonna say one thing real quick. We know Canelo's looking to become undisputed, the first Mexican fighter to become undisputed, and I know Canelo wants that fight so bad. Yeah, I know Plan is asking for too much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like either way, for me, it feels like I'm in a good position either way. Okay, let's say a fucking miracle happens and Caleb Plant beats Canelo. Who's next up for Caleb Plant? I'm next up for Caleb Plant. Okay, so when I win this second WBC title eliminator and Canelo beats Caleb Plant, I'm next in line for the WBC title. I'm fighting the winner either or, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I've never heard of anybody who fights two back-to-back WBC eliminators. So, I mean, whatever I got to do, that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? That's why I'm working hard. You know, I'm going to take out Jose Uzcategui. You know, it's going to be a great fight too. And then whatever comes next, I'm going to be ready for it.
No doubt. All right. Appreciate the questions, Guido. Now, Mark, what you got to say, brother? Yeah.
Yeah. What's popping, yo? What's happening? Can y'all hear me?
Chilling, man. Chilling. We can hear you loud and clear, brother.
What's good, man? Thanks again for having me on. Thanks again for doing the simulcast with me. Mr. Benavidez, how you doing this evening, sir? Buenas noches.
I'm doing good, man. First of all, I just want to thank you, too, for taking your time out to give me this interview, man. You know, like I said, I told everybody here, you know, I appreciate everybody for the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
He's sharing it. That's one of my brothers. He's sharing it on his platform. So it's like literally we're watching this interview on two different platforms right now, and it'll be shared later on by other platforms as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Guido was asking him about Charlo or Canelo. I missed the first part, and I didn't.
Caleb.
Oh, was actually okay. I had a couple questions from a couple subscribers. I'm gonna try to run through them, and I'm gonna pass it around. Cause I know Major Key has other questions. The first question, they said, hey, what do you think you have to do to get that Canelo fight? Obviously, he did not like Boo Boo Andre crashing his press conference, right? So they want to know, what do you think you have to do to get that fight?
Well, for me to just get that fight, just keep doing what I'm doing. I got a tough fight coming up August 28th and just win by knockout. I feel like the other people at Canelo fought, they don't get knockouts like how I get. They don't get stoppages like how I get. So, I mean, the people want to see Canelo not in with the boxer, but in with the brawler, like myself. Brawler, I could throw great body shots, have great knockouts. So I feel like I just have to, win my next fight and look impressive. And then, that's what I got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay. You had a fight. You had I think it was 2017. You had a split decision with, how do you say his name? Gabriel.
Yeah.
Right. Split decision. Less than 5 months later, you came back and fought him again. Unanimous decision. Right. What did you learn from that fight? And what did you do in preparation to not even make it so close the next time? You just kind of blew him away.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of factors to the first fight, man. I was just going through a lot of stuff. I mean, my first title fight at 20. Also 3 weeks before the fight, my uncle had passed away. Uncle, is really close to me. And then the week of the fight, I fucking got like the worst flu I'd ever got in my life. You know what I mean? So I'm just dealing with all this bullshit. And so, I'm not putting on excuses in there. I tried my best and I did, I put on a great performance, you know what I mean? But if you could see the difference from the first fight to the second fight, you knew something was different, you know what I mean? The second fight, I just came out and I destroyed this guy. He didn't even touch me. I won every single round. And honestly, the fight should have been stopped because, his face was super messed up. I was really punishing that guy in the second fight. So, I think that's what the difference was, because we fought a couple months later and then my head was clear, obviously I was still healing from all this stuff that happened, but we're just on to the next. So I feel like my head was more clear and I was more concentrated in the second fight. That's why it was a whole different type of fight.
Last question. I'll pass it back to you, Major Key. It's been a lot of talk with you and Jamal Charlo over the last few months. Is that real? Is that something the fans can expect? Are you even willing to, if he's not going to come up to 168, would you meet him at a catchweight to challenge him for that 160 title? Just to say you did it. I know you have struggled with weight in the past a little bit.
I don't think that fight is ever going to happen, because there was a lot of times it could have happened. And why not? He could have took a fight with me and then the winner could have won, faced Canelo for the real title eliminator, you know what I mean? Instead, he's taking the fight with, I don't know, whoever he's taking the fight with, no disrespect to the person, but he's fighting, but I don't know exactly, I don't even know who he is. So I feel like the fans would have given more respect if he would have taken the fight with me. We could have fought in September, whenever, you know what I mean? It could have possibly been a pay-per-view fight, you know what I mean? So, and he's just saying a lot of stuff, saying that he's not going to fight me because I'm too young, I need a vaccination, a whole bunch of bullshit, man. Let's just start making it difficult for ourselves. If we want to fight each other, let's just fight each other. Why is there got to be all this bullshit behind it? There's not just one great boxer in boxing right now. Everybody's after Canelo, and I feel like nobody wants to fuck up, potential fight with them. But with me, I don't give a fuck. I'll fight whoever, and if I gotta face the best of the best to get Canelo, then that's what I gotta do. And that's
hold on. David Benavidez. Are you telling me right here on Major Key Boxing, breaking beats, we got you on record, you think Charlo is selling wolf tickets? He clout chasing.
What happened with all that shit went down with him and Daniel Jacobs a long time ago? Did the fight ever happen? No. With him and Demetrius Andrade, I'm seeing like fucking like things now that he turned down like $7 million or $6 million to fight Andrade. That never fucking happened. So why is it different? Why is it different with me and him? I'll fight him whenever, man. I just want to fight the best, to prove to myself and my people I'm the best. But if you don't want to fight me, don't bring my name up in no conversations, and I'll stop bothering you.
That's true, man. Go ahead, Major Key.
Yeah, and with all due respect, the fact of the matter is that he called him out. And then after that, he said, you got to, that's what I was joking about before. When you didn't hear me before, I was joking about that. I said, he's got to be 25 and vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how you going to make excuses after you call somebody out? Then you start putting stipulations like you got to get vaccinated. Not even the government requires you to be vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? They would like you to
that's one of the reasons why, I started talking my shit at first because, they would ask me about fights with Charlo, and I'd be like, you know what? It'll be a great fight. I like the way the type of fighter Charlo is. He's a warrior just like me. And then I guess he must have seen that one day, and then he got mad. He's like, oh, I'll break his fucking neck. I'll snap his neck, this and that. And like, man, come on, you say something like that. We got to fight. Now we got to fight. Ain't no questions about it. We got to fight. Bro.
Oh, shit, bro. I mean, David, you know, I got to.
The best I ever seen. That was the best I ever seen him look for the first 4 to 5 rounds, and from there you did exactly what you were supposed to do, man. So hats off to you. And I got a bunch of questions for myself, man. You know, it's good. It's
all
like
good.
I said, I'm on here as a fan, but you know, we fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good.
And I'm trying to get to your level, of course. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know I got to build myself back up to get there and stuff like that. Who's your next opponent for your next fight?
It's gonna be Jose Uzcategui.
Oh, it's gonna
be a good fight, man. Yeah, he comes forward, straight brawler too, so it's gonna be good.
I think he's been stopped before, right?
Nah, I don't think he's ever been stopped before.
Well, he's
he's about to get stopped though.
Tell him, David.
I'm not hopping on your jogging of him, but I believe you will stop him.
Thank you, man.
I believe you will stop him. I do believe that.
I appreciate that.
Believe that, man. I'm a fan, man. Definitely. Like I said, I'm in boxing, but I'm also a fan too, man. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Where you stay at?
And I would.
What city you stay at?
I stay in Maryland, man. I'm staying in Maryland.
I'm gonna get in contact with you. We could probably get some sparring. I could bring you over to.
Good. You know, hold on a second. You know, let me jump in here real quick for both of y'all. It's Troy Graham. I tell you what, man. That sounds great. Why don't y'all?
I got bad service.
Why don't y'all come to Umar Boxing in Baltimore?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah. You know, I was gonna invite you both to come to Umar Boxing in Baltimore, man. If y'all want to get some working with each other.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about. Yeah, we'll definitely get.
Yeah. We can talk about that off here. We can definitely talk about it. Definitely, because we got a Hall of Fame trainer down there. We got a great program.
Yeah, man. I just want
man, because I'd like to see both of y'all in the ring, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Say it again.
Go ahead, Damon. Go ahead. Oh shit,
he got off.
No, he was having a bad connection anyway. He'll probably jump back on, but anyway. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's dope, man. That's dope. You see what I'm saying? Like you know, I gave him a interview a couple weeks ago. You know, after the fight, I was at the Belonga fight. I seen that, and he was catching Belonga clean, bro. Like I literally seen the sweat flying off of Belonga's face, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Most of the people left after that fight. They didn't even watch the main event with Navarrete and Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was crazy. Like everybody was there just there for that fight. You know, but he stood his own. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we like I said, we interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and he's a very humble guy. So I appreciate him jumping back on right now. He was just having a bad connection. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like he kind of threw off my question. I have my questions, but it wasn't like intended like right after that. So anybody got questions real quick? Because my question is more of the dark side of boxing.
I got a question for you, man. And I heard you bring the brother's name up earlier. You were talking about Charlo, correct?
Yep.
How would you go about coming up with a fight plan to beat him if he does decide to actually fight you? You know, how would you go about fighting him? If you don't mind sharing that.
I mean, it's very simple, man. You see that he's a guy that comes forward. I'm a guy that comes forward too. So, the person who learns how to go back for that fight in the training camp is going to be the winner. You can't always just be there, back and forth, back and forth. You can do it, but you have to, use the ring a little bit. You have to box. I mean, it's not necessarily just running around the ring. Once you know how to use the ring, you can set them up for different type of traps. There's a lot of stuff that you could do, but obviously Charlo's an elite fighter, so you'd have to use everything into one. You have to use body shots, you have to use jabs, you have to use uppercuts, you have to use counters. You have to put all that into one. I mean, it won't be an easy task. I mean, obviously it won't be an easy task, but I feel like, I'm better than most of these fighters. And I got all the tools basically. I just need to learn how to put them together better than I am. I got great speed, great power, great body shots, great IQs, great uppercuts. There's just other little stuff I need to do. And I feel like once I get a hold and do the stuff that I know I can do, I feel like I'm going to be untouchable.
All right. And then I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep pushing for that sparring match right between you and brother that just jumped off. Cause he's,
yeah.
Cause he's a good dude, man.
Contact. It's just that Baltimore's a little far from me. California, that's where I'm going to my next training camp. But
Troy,
I tell you what, his father's in Vegas, so I know he'll come to California. I guarantee that he'll come to California, man. Because both of y'all, give off that same type of energy, man. Both of y'all, both of you love what you do, and both of you, are fighters.
Yeah.
I can tell just by watching how you move in the ring and how you talking right now. I got another name for you, right? One Mr. Alvarez, right? I'm sure you heard about Mr. Alvarez, Mr. Canelo, right?
Oh, yeah, Canelo Alvarez, yeah.
Right. Now, let me tell you what I see with my eye, and you could come back and tell me I'm wrong or whatever. I see your skill, and I see where you're at right now. I don't think you take it now, but I'll give you a year and a half or 2 years, and you're going to give him some work. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, that's your opinion, you know what I mean? If it happens
yes,
next year.
Yes, sir. All respect.
No, I know. I'm not getting that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but I feel like if I get that fight, you know what I mean? Right now, I'm even training on my off season. I've been training for about a month and a half already, but sometimes when the opportunities come in front of you, you got to seize them. And, you got to work as hard as possible. I mean, there's a lot of things I know I could do in my off time. I mean, I could go to the gym and work countless hours. That's what I've been doing. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yo, let me ask you one question. We passed the 30-minute mark, so of course at this point it's your time. Whenever you have to go, we just ask you where people can follow you. But before that, we have a couple more people in a building, so I want to pass it to marqnash after me, and then Rapstar, and then Mr. Sinister. So my question though, because we do full-fledged, straight up, man. I try to educate the casuals about what boxing was like versus what it is right now. That's one major thing. And then also I want to educate people on the dark side of boxing and shit that happens with people's personal lives, like what Ryan Garcia is going through. You went through sometimes like that, and I have faith that in the fact that you've been very vocal and you were a straightforward type of dude. You're a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? Tell people, like the young people that are listening, right? You know what I mean? Like how to overcome those challenges that you've been through. For example, you lost the belt for the cocaine, and then you lost the belt for the overweight or whatever. But you were able to come back from it and did a great job. You're still undefeated, great champion. Everybody has belief in you. We're happy to see you here. You're a young man. You're 24. I'm 40. You're 40 years old, about to turn 41 with 9 kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I have not accomplished what you've accomplished in your life. So I got nothing but praise for you. But you had to overcome some things. So I want you to talk to the individuals that might be listening. You know what I mean? And educate them on how to overcome those demons.
So, I mean, like, when a person starts messing up and they start going through their mental health, whatever, it's because sometimes, we come from making nothing. and then you go to making hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. Sometimes it comes really fast. I mean, especially Ryan Garcia. I mean, I'm not saying he had none of the problems or nothing, but maybe there's, you know what I mean, he probably making well over $2 million, you know what I mean? So sometimes that's a lot to cope with. You know, all this money coming in, all these people being around you, you don't know who's fake and who's not, you know, who's trying to set you up and who's not. But for me, man, it's just like, you know, I felt like everything was coming at me too fast. And then that's when you make mistakes, you know what I mean? The first is the cocaine, you know, just partying, you know, you know, getting caught for doing cocaine and stuff like that. And then it just made me like, you go from everybody being with you and everybody being with you, but as soon as you lose, something happens to you, everybody turns their back on you. And be like, oh, yeah, we knew we're not going to be on his side. We're not going to take all the blame with him. Fuck him. He's by himself. So it just made me realize, too, man, just a lot of, you know, just little mistakes could possibly take your whole career away. You know what I mean? And after that happened, you know, I was out for a year. And that was the first time I didn't box. I'm a professional 8 years right now, and I've been, at the time, it was like 6, 7 years I've been boxing. So it took boxing away from me for a whole year. You know, I just didn't know what to do with my time. But, you know, just trying to rebuild myself, you know, being there for my family, like how my family is there for me. And I feel like just when you have good people around you, you know, your mother, your father, you know, you ask for advice and go to church as well, too, man. You know what I mean? People are going through dark times. Sometimes they need a higher spirit. You know, sometimes I go to church sometimes, too. So I feel like just doing that, man. It's just, it's hard, you know, you don't know what a person's state of mind is, and you don't know how you're going to feel until it happens to you. You know, you're having millions of people, you know, cheering on for you, you know, all this stuff. You know, sometimes you think you're on top of the world and you're not. You know, you think you're more than what you are, and sometimes you need to humble yourself a little bit more. But, you know, I've been through it all, man. I've been called everything. You know, I've been called a drug addict, fat piece of shit, you know, this and that, missing weight. And, I mean, it is what it is, man. But right now, since I'm doing now what I'm doing in my second part of my career is for my family. You know, I just have my son. I have my beautiful girlfriend. I have my life here, my home. So, you know, everything is for them. You know, and everything is I turn my life around just to give it to my family. You know what I mean? And to boxing as well. And I feel like that's helped me a lot.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. For being honest with the people, because the kids do listen. You know, they want to hear that. So, Mark, you go next. After you got to introduce Rapstar and then Mr. Sinister.
Absolutely. Hey, Mr. Benavidez, again, I would be remiss if I didn't thank you for your time again. 2-time middleweight champion of the world. I mean, super middleweight. Let me be clear, right?
That's extra 8 pounds.
Come on, right, right. That's a whole lot of power behind that. But what do you say to your detractors and your naysayers to say, hey, he gets hit a little too much, and a guy like Andre or Charlo, who can box, who can bang, has good lateral movement, give you trouble? King Mitch had asked, would you be interested in fighting Andre?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like I said, you get in a little bit in your head. You know, you have. Since I came back, I've stopped everybody. You know, since I came back from my suspension, I've stopped everybody. I think it's been like 4 fights already. You know, so you kind of get in your head like, oh, when I touch somebody, you know, they're gonna drop it. Most times these dudes are tough. And the mistake I made was not going to the body quick enough. It took me like 6, 7 rounds to go to the body in my last fight. I feel like that's why I was getting hit a little bit too much. I was just headhunting too much. So now, you know, I mean, obviously, I know I can't get hit with like that, and it doesn't feel good because your face after it's all red. So that was a little wake-up call to me. Yeah, I was getting hit a little bit too much, but, you know, that's nothing that you can't correct. You know, I mean, that's why right now in the gym, doing head movement all day. You're going to see the next fight. It's gonna look different than the first fight. Obviously, the power and all that's still going to be there, but, you know, we're adding a little something to our game plan. You know, and I'm very thankful that happened, you know, just for the fight. You know, I don't feel like I was getting hit too much, but I was seeing that I was getting hit a little bit. But, you know, that's just like a wake-up call that you got to stay sharp. And now we're working on getting out the way. So now whoever said that I get hit too much, now
Charlo said it.
They just made it worse for everybody. Now you're not going to be able to hit me at all.
Actually, Jamal Charlo has said that. He said, oh, give him to me. He get hit too much. My last question.
What happened? I said, yeah, let's get the fight going on. And then, no, I'm too young.
That's crazy. I never heard of that. My last one is this. If you have time, your brother Jose, you said he's one of the reasons why you got into boxing, right? He suffered a devastating loss to Terrence Crawford. In 2018, he has not been back in the ring since. How is your brother doing? How's he doing physically, mentally? And when you think we can expect to see Jose Benavidez back in the ring?
He's doing good. He's doing very good. You know, he just had a daughter too. She's a year old.
Congratulations on your niece.
Yeah, we both kind of had kids at the same time. You know, it's kind of funny, but he's doing good. He's gonna fight on my card. I think he's gonna open the TV card, so he's doing really good. You know, he's looking, you know, very motivated to come back. You know, I feel like he took that loss very hard, but you know, I tell him like it's Terrence Crawford, man. He was one of the best fighters, and you're holding up good in the first 12 rounds until that happened. So, I mean, I'm here to motivate him. You know, try to get him back where he was, and you know, just getting his confidence back up. He's looking great in sparring, and I can't wait.
His legs looking good because I know that was one of the
I can't
things.
wait to see him fight too. You know, I'm very excited.
His leg looking good because that was one of the things in that fight.
That's the thing about the leg. He got shot almost through the knee. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be a factor. You know what I mean? So you do what you can, man. You know what I mean? We're doing workouts, we're doing different stuff. You know, different rehabs for his legs. So I mean, it's not ever gonna be 100%, but we're doing what we can to make it.
Yeah, so moving on, we're gonna get Rapstar in the building. Rapstar, what's going on, our brother from England?
Yeah, man, I had to wake up out of bed, Benavidez. I was asleep. But when my homeboy told me Benavidez was coming, mate, I'm from England. I got a media channel in England. I got 2 media channels. And when I found out you were coming, I'm actually a fan of yours, bro.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that you sacrificed some sleep just to get a couple words in with me, so thank you.
Hey, man, listen, I appreciate for you to come to my brother's Major Key. I'm a supporter of him, and he's my brother from the other side. And I'm going to say this. I don't agree with the panel. I actually have told everybody on my channel that I think I'm not the panel with Troy. I think you are ready for Canelo. Every other fighter that's proved themselves when they were young, they were given the chance. Now, look, I appreciate you being honest. We all fuck up in life, bro. Everybody has a bad time. Even Mayweather had a bad time. What I'm saying is, bro, you deserve your chance. So after he beats Kalen Plant, would you be happy to entertain that fight with Canelo Alvarez straight away, Benavidez?
Oh, definitely. That's what I'm gonna do after this fight. And I'm gonna make an example of Vuskatech, and I'm in here. I'm hungry, man. I'm looking for that opportunity, and I appreciate you. You know, you're one of the people why I keep going so hard, because people like you believe in me. So, I mean, if they want to fight in December, January, whatever, I'm gonna be ready for it. You know, I'm gonna look great in my fight, and now it's on to the next.
And another thing, my brother, I want to ask you, yeah, you seem like a big lad. So once you have an opportunity to fight for belts at 168, I know it's a bit early, but are you ready to go up in division? Is that something that you're looking at? Is that something that we're going to be seeing in the future? Benavidez at 175, or you know what I mean, trying to make noise at that weight?
No, definitely. My plan right now is to try to collect all the titles at 168, and then you know, hopefully, if I get a fight in with Canelo, get a fight in with Plant, shut that dude up, and then maybe go up to 175, because I do want to campaign at 175. So, you know, I definitely see that weight division in my future.
Yeah, another thing, bro. I met you at 2016. I met you in after the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight where you fought J. Leon Love. I met you in the Radisson Hotel. You ain't gonna remember, but hey, I appreciate you giving me the time over there as well, bro.
No, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
That's what's
I've been a fan for a long time. But look, my last thing to you, bro. I don't want to hog up the panel, but I want to ask you, what British fighter have you ever appreciated, or is there any British fighters like Lennox Lewis or somebody that you can say, yeah, this British fighter was good? You know?
Definitely. One of my favorites was Prince Nassim Hamed.
Oh yeah, he's my homie.
He's your friend. Tell myself.
Yeah, I met him a few times. Not homie like that, but you know, I know that he's in Saudi Arabia a lot, and he hangs out with one of my friends called Billy Dip.
Yeah, no, he's been one of my favorites, and also too, I also love Joe Calzaghe and Ricky Hatton. All those 3 fighters are amazing fighters.
Hey man, thanks for giving me your time, Benavidez. I'm Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, all the way from England. I'll catch you soon, my brother.
My brother from across the pond. I appreciate you, Rapstar. So we got Sinister next, then Raider, then Punch Drunk in the building as well.
David, thank you for giving your time, answering our questions. And as a fan, I just want to know, as a fan, straight hardcore fan, are you going to stay disciplined? And we don't have to worry about you getting your belt stripped or nothing like that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, honestly, I say this time I'm ready to be a champion, man. The first time, the second time I lost the title for the weight, you know, that was just stuff that I wasn't really ready for the protocols of COVID, you know what I mean? Just being locked in your room all day, but that's not an excuse. But this time I feel like, you know, I'm 100% ready to be the champion. And, be the the guy for our people. You know what I mean? And I feel like very grateful for all the people who stuck by me. A lot of people be like, man, this guy's fucking full of shit. He's a piece of shit. So I mean, I understand where you guys are coming from, but too, I just want to tell all the fans that stay with me. I really appreciate all of them, all the love and support that they've been giving.
That's why we give you the platforms, brother. We appreciate that.
Definitely. Thanks for answering the question. And so we rooting for you, man. We're rooting for you down here in Houston, Texas, too.
Yeah. Thank you,
Major
man.
keys everywhere. Major keys everywhere.
Yeah, big shout out to Texas, man. Thank you.
What's up, Raider? What's going on, Raider? Then Raider after Raider's punch.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, what's up, David Benavidez? How's it going? Buenas tardes.
What's up, bro? I'm doing good. Yourself?
What's up, bro? Hey, first of all, congratulations on the fight with Uzcategui. And I had a question. When you're looking at the IBF rankings right now, you're currently at number 6, and Uzcategui's at number 5 right now. We know the IBF doesn't have nobody at number 1 and number 2. How important is it to you to get to that number 1 spot to be a mandatory for like Caleb Plant, especially if you beat Uzcategui and hopefully you move up the rankings higher, and especially like when Canelo gets opponents, you have to be kind of in position to fight him, just in case like the Caleb Plant falls through. If you can keep going up the ranks, how important is that for you right now?
Yeah, it's very important. Just for me to get to a title. I understand that. I'm not in the back of the line, but I'm not in the front yet. So. My goal is to fight whoever. Whoever has that spot. If I gotta fight another contender to make my way through the ranks, if I gotta, do another title limiter, it's all good with me, man. I know I'm here to stay. I'm not here to pick and choose who I fight. I'll fight whoever. It doesn't matter as long as it gets me to a world title. I'm down to fight whoever.
Cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, brother. Appreciate your question, Raider. Punch, welcome to the building.
Good looking out, Major Key. Good looking out, everybody on the panel. David Benavidez in the building. It was good. It's good showing you love to Major Key Boxing, everybody out there. David Benavidez. I hope you got your vaccine shot now, because of course I never heard nobody tell another man, if they want to fight you, that you better go get your vaccine shot. Can you imagine that in the street? Like, yo, my man, tigre, tú quieres pelear? Espera, un momento. Let me get a vaccine shot and then we can settle this. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of, you probably putting some fear in people to get their vaccine shots. They need you in a commercial, because then you get everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to just make a statement, not even like a question. I think that you're in position to get the Canelo fight. And I think you're one of the only guys that you ain't going to need a belt to get that fight. I think Canelo Alvarez is fighting guys like Caleb Plant for a belt, but not for the challenge. It could have been anybody in that position. But you bringing something to the table that is a threat. And that's what's different. You're bringing the size, you're bringing power, you're bringing youth. And that's going to give you that type of fight with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is that guy that challenges himself and is that, the number 1 guy. He's going to have to be forced to fight you as a challenger without you having the belt. You're already in position. You are the one that's going to bring that threat. And by bringing that threat, you are the one that's going to make Canelo Alvarez have that mega fight, which I say, I don't think he got a mega fight left unless it's you, or let's say a year or 2 with Edgar Berlanga, because y'all bringing that knockout threat that Caleb Plant is not bringing to the table, Charlo nor Bubu Andre is bringing to the table. So that's really it. I think you're already in position, and it's about, I think it's going to be about time that he's going to pick you to fight him.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's why I feel so motivated, man. I'm in there going hard every day in the gym, running as much as I can, doing as much rounds as I can, because I know, this is, for most of the guys that fight Canelo, that's the end of their career. You know what I mean? Not because they get hurt or nothing, because they're just looking at the money. Most of these guys are older men, and they're just like, fuck, this is most of them are going to get paid. Might as well just retire here. Didn't Billy Joe Sanders say that it looks like Callum Smith does that Kovalev? But with me, I feel like this is just the beginning of my career, man. This is the second half of my career. Once I beat Canelo or get in position to, win all those titles, that's when more doors open. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like that's how a superstar is born. He beats another superstar. So that's why I'm looking at it right now, man. I'm very excited. I'm very motivated. I feel like even after Canelo, there could be some great challenges coming too. Imagine a fight me in 2 years with me and Edgar Berlanga. You know, we could sell that
I
out.
see a trilogy with that one. I see a trilogy with that one, brother.
You know what I mean? And
You
that's
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Those are the type of fights I want. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm working towards. You know, I feel like I just turned 24 in December, man. I got another 10 years left in this game, so I'm not in a rush. Whatever comes my way, I'm gonna be ready for.
Yeah, I said that because I think that you and Edgar Berlanga, the hype that Edgar Berlanga got right now, but you have proven it already. You're the one that brings that imagination of Canelo getting knocked out. I don't see it with nobody else, so it doesn't entice the fans. So I think that you or Edgar, you know, the hype that he's having, but you right now is the only mega fight, in my opinion, for Canelo Alvarez that we could imagine Canelo Alvarez really getting laid out. You're the only one that's bringing that to the table.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. I think you have the best chance at 168 pounds to be Canelo. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you know what, David? Everybody knows that. You know, don't think that you're the only one that thinks that. Everybody knows that you know that you're the toughest challenge for Canelo at 168 pounds. I've seen it through all the YouTube channels, and I'm pretty sure everybody here can vouch for that.
No, definitely. Like, you know, I know that as well because the guys at Canelo's fight, no disrespect to them, they're top-notch guys, but, you know, they don't go to the body like me. They don't, you know, throw, you know, flurries like me. They don't got a jab like me. Of course, they got good movement, but movement is not going to win you the fight. You know, you can do the movement, but you always got to come back with the offense at the end too. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, I'm barely getting my man strength. You know, I'm stopping people to the body, stopping them with headshots. You know what I mean? So, I feel like all this, you know, this experience that I'm getting, man, is just helping me. And this next fight I'm gonna get, it's gonna be a tough fight. I know it is, but I'm gonna come out on top, and I'm gonna stop Uzcategui too. And after I get done with that experience, then, you know, hopefully it's on to Canelo.
Yeah, now I know Troy Graham is next, but what'd you think about the fights, the fight this weekend? You know what I'm saying, with Ramirez and Taylor, man. How did you see that, man?
Amazing fight, man. Amazing fight. You know, hats off to Josh Taylor, man. He really studied. You could tell he studied Jose Ramirez. He was ready for everything he was going to do. You know, he was throwing some beautiful left hands, man. Beautiful uppercut. And, you know, Jose Ramirez, I was going for him. He's my guy. But, you know, I also got to show respect to Josh Taylor. He's a true world-class champion.
Yeah. No doubt. Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, you know what? I just want to tell you again, I appreciate you because I'm sitting here being quiet and I see your realness, I see your humbleness. I have a question for you, right?
Yeah.
Once you get past this guy here that you're fighting, right? Who would you like to fight next? Who's the next person you'd like to fight next?
I mean, the obvious answer is Canelo. I would love to fight Canelo, but
okay.
If opportunity come, you know, with maybe I'll fight Colin Smith, maybe I'll fight, you know, who else is in there? You know,
okay.
I just want to stay busy, man. I don't want to, you know, just wait for guys and, you know, when they're ready to fight me, that's when I fight. You know, I just want to stay busy. You know, if I got to fight another contender, what else I got to do? You know, I don't think Caleb Plant is going to want to fight after that fight. You know what I mean? So we're just waiting. Whoever they need me to fight, I'm here to fight. You know, I take my job serious. I'm a professional fighter, so I got to fight. It doesn't matter who. I'm down to fight whoever.
Right. Now I got another question for you because I know you had mentioned 175 pounds, or it was mentioned to you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that you could get a fight with, I don't know, you just pick three, but I'm gonna throw a name out there to you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say if you get a fight with like Joe Smith Jr., would you take it?
I'd definitely take it. You know, I was actually, you know, if I could get a fight with Badu Jack or John Pascal, those dudes are fighting. Shit, I'll jump to that too. You know what I mean? Right now, I feel like I just got to challenge myself. You know, I think that the inner motivation comes when these big challenges are accepted and these fights are signed. You know, that's when you get another little voice in your head, be like, we got to go harder. We got to put more shit into the training camp. You know what I mean? So, and I've always been a person like that. I've always worked hard. You know, I've been working like a professional, you know, world champion professional since I was 15 years old with the training camps we've been doing. That's why I think I've gone so far now. So now I know how to work. Now let's just put the work in and, you know, reach for greatness and see what happens.
Right. And I've seen a bunch of your fights, and I'm always impressed that you have all that length, but you could fight real good on the inside, man. You fight real good on the inside.
Yeah, that was always my on the inside. I always wanted to fight on the inside because I was always fighting the bigger guys. I was sparring the bigger guys, and I always had like a chip on the shoulder when I went to go spar. I always wanted to prove to my dad that I was, you know, his son, you know, because I I was never an amateur. You know, my amateur record was never declared like that. It was more my brother's. So he had all the glory of my dad, well, my brother, you know, in the amateur tournaments. And the only thing I had to, you know, show to my dad was the sparring. So I always went hard and I always try to, you know, do the best on the inside.
Okay, and the last question, so I can shut up and let everybody else ask your question. I actually want to invite you to do something, man, because you have a home here now, right? This is like your home, right?
Yeah.
So I don't care if you sparring, I don't care if you training, I don't care if you just want to come and talk about your next fight. Major Keys Boxing is now your new home. Anytime you got anything coming on, reach out, or you know, hey, I'll go ahead and reach out to you again, right?
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I really do,
hey,
from the bottom of my heart, man. I really appreciate you extending your hand and, you know, allowing us to train to the gym, man. It's really special. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Much respect over here, man. Much respect. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth was very easy. It wasn't hard. You know what I'm saying? They're very easy to get this done. So, you know what I mean? I wish more people would have tried it before because you're somebody that needs to be highlighted, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys. And, you guys still have more questions, or because I got to get a workout in a little bit.
Well, okay. Mark, Raider, and LA or Punch. One more question, and then we will let the man go because he was generous with his time. It's almost been an hour. So after that, I'll ask him to share where everybody could follow him, and then we'll wrap it up with him, and we'll talk some boxing after that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
Last question for me. You said you are more focused. You're going to be more focused and dedicated this time around. You see what happens when you lose that belt, right? It's going to be real hard for them to give somebody like you another chance because you're so dangerous. What are you doing different in your day-to-day in your training to make sure, hey, I do not fall down that slippery slope again?
Well, since I got suspended I'm not suspended, so I got the belt taken away from there. I've just been watching my diet, especially, you know, right now I'm like at 190. You know, I got, was it 21 pounds, and I have like 15 weeks left to the fight. So by the time I leave here to my camp, I'm trying to be at 185. So I just, you know, just watching the weight, you know, just living a more calm lifestyle now. You know, I got my son, you know, he keeps me up all day, you know, so all my attention and my focus is on him. When it's not on him, you know, it's, you know, my girlfriend, his mom, you know, and then I go to the gym all day, come back, go to the gym again, and that's my life now. And I feel like, you know, just looking at not even just boxers, you know, just like really like athletes that motivate me. And, you know, you see Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, these guys, they really made their professional lifestyle. You know what I mean? I heard LeBron James, he wastes $2 million on just keeping his body in check, you know, just like physical workouts and stuff like that. Cristiano Ronaldo too. So I just seeing type of stuff like that. You know, I really got to make this my lifestyle. You know, just staying on top of the food, healthy food, you know, regular workouts, regular jogs. So that's how I'm keeping it now. I'm just, you know, my day is boxing. It starts with boxing, it ends with boxing.
That's what's up, man.
Thank you again for your time, Mr. Benavidez.
Thank you, bro.
And Mark Nash again is sharing this on his platform. I appreciate you, Mark. Raider, next question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, David, from Caleb Plant and Charlo, which one of those two guys, if you could only fight one of them, which one would it be from those two guys?
I don't know. It's a 50-50 with both of them, because I know with me and Charlo, that would be a great fight that everybody would love to see. But then on the other side, me and Caleb Plant, everybody would love to see that too. But I feel like just because how bad I want that fight, I'd rather pick the Caleb Plant fight. I think that would be, in my opinion, you know, a more devastating stoppage. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to get my hands on Caleb Plant, so that'd be the one I'd rather fight first.
Yeah, because I've been seeing for this while already when Caleb Plant went over there and he, you know, tried over there talking smack with your brother, and you were over there behind him. And then when he was being all fake, when he was coming down the stairs, and when he saw you, he's like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? It was kind of like he was being fake, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's how that guy is. That's why I don't like him, man. You know, like when that shit happened with him and my brother, you know, we had 3 people there, and he started pushing my brother. He went behind his trainer, you know what I mean? Whatever happened to his trainer, that's what happened to him. But then the next day after, you know, he comes back, you know, gives my brother a hug, you know, it's fake, being all fake. And then I see, like, the next week after, he's on fucking doing an interview talking shit, saying that he punked my brother, this and that. So, I mean, you guys can think, you know, he's tough, you know, this guy talks, he's super serious. But this dude, he's nothing but a bitch, bro. Honestly, that's what that guy is. He's a bitch. That's what he is. You know what I mean? So that's why I've never liked him, man.
Man, we all want to
say
see
he
that
tries
fight,
to act
bro.
tough for you guys, bro, and he's not that. You know what I mean? He's not a fucking. He tried to act like he's a killer, but he had 12 knockouts. He has 22 fights with 12 knockouts, man. So he's just fake. He's just trying to fake his whole persona. He's not like that.
Yeah, trust me, bro. We all want to see that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what?
Appreciate your question, Raider.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say thank you. We appreciate it, David, for coming on these YouTube channels. Not that many boxers do that, and we really appreciate you, bro, for that, man. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
That's
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
That's
and thank you, Major Key, for having me on, man.
Of course, brother. Of course, man. As long as we keep it professional, it's all good all the time, bro.
That's right. That's right, my boy. All right, you guys keep it cool, man. Thanks.
Punch Drunk next, and then Rap Star, and then David Benavidez already expressed that he's trying to leave the building. So, you know what I mean?
Again, thank you for answering our questions. I want to ask you, in boxing, what's the real and what's the fake when people trying to make fights? Is it that hard to make fights happen, or what's the misconception of what you think people, people on the outside, like fans, say, oh, these guys should be fighting, this guy's ducking what, this guy's ducking her, this and that? Is it easy to make fights or hard to make fights?
I mean, from what I've gone through, it's super hard to make fights, bro. And it's not only because the promotion, it's because of the fighter. You know what I mean? I feel like if two guys really want to fight each other and they're on the same promotion company, it shouldn't be hard to make. But I feel like sometimes, that dude is just capping, man. He's just talking shit, acting like he really wants it, but what they don't. It's either, it has to be either one or the other one. That's why the fights don't get made, because one acts like they want it, but they really don't want it. You know what I mean? And that's exactly why it don't happen.
So the fighters got more. They got power, but they go out there and put it all in the promoter. Like I fight whoever they put in front of me, but they have the power. You got the power to fight.
Yeah. Especially if you're a champion. Yeah.
Okay. Man, thank you for answering the question, man. Everybody in the panel, thank you, Major Key Boxing. Love y'all. God bless.
On to the next.
Already know.
Yeah. So, Rap Star, what's your final question, brother?
Hey, Benavidez, man. Once again, bro, thanks for showing love. I'm going to be covering you a lot on my channel. I'm going to say this, Benavidez. I wanted your views on some of these big fights that have been made recently. And the reason why I want to ask you, because I know you know Errol Spence really well, but what about this fight with Manny Pacquiao, bro, versus Errol Spence? This is a fucking, where some fans are kind of like shocked.
Honestly, I'm shocked
fight,
too.
Bro?
I'm shocked too. I didn't think Manny Pacquiao was gonna go. I feel like, in my opinion, the best fighter at at welterweight. But that just alone shows you what type of legend Manny Pacquiao is, bro. How old is he? Like 44 years old. 42. He's still going after the best. I feel like he's only doing that to outdo Mayweather. You know what I mean? If he couldn't beat Mayweather, then he's gonna beat the champion, or you know what I mean? There's always gonna be that. Some people like, Manny Pacquiao, he's fighting the best still, and Mayweather's still in defeat. But I feel like he's just doing that for pride. And I don't know. Manny Pacquiao's Manny Pacquiao, bro. I don't even know what's going to happen in that fight. I feel like there's going to be a couple knockdowns, but it's going to be a fucking amazing fight. And I can't wait to see it. Honestly, I can't wait to see that fight.
And listen, bro, I'm told you this already, yeah? Before I go, I'm rooting for you in the Canelo fight. I've been talking about it. And let me just say this. After Kalen Plant, Benavidez, I'm getting on Canelo's neck. If you're ready for the fight, we're going to be calling it out, because you've already announced.
He's not lying either. He's not lying either. He will go with it.
I'm not lying. If you ever watch my channel, Benavidez, I want you to watch. We have some serious free smoke. And I'm going to say this, Benavidez, you've announced on Majorkeyboxing around the world that you're ready for Canelo. So I'm going to get on Canelo's. I'm going to get on Canelo's neck. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
David, first and foremost, let people know where to find you, where they can support you, and all of that. Please let the crowd know so they could go ahead and start following you from now if they're not following you already.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Benavidez300. That's where I'm going to be giving all the latest news and anything that's going on.
Instagram? Okay, cool. Well, yo, do a little plug, man. Tell them that Major Key Boxing is where the real fighters are at. You know what I'm saying? Let them know.
Man, Major Key Boxing, man, this is dope, man. I appreciate you guys inviting me, being great, having great conversation, man. This shit was dope, man. And hopefully in the future we can do it more often, man. I'll be down. Just let me know
hope so too, man. I'll be reaching out to the promoter I reached out to. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you popping up, man. on time and all of that, man. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to you, man. And I have nothing but blessings for you. You know what I'm saying? Prayers are going to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you were. That's why I asked you about the dark side stuff. You came out of that, and you're still somebody here that's relevant. That's probably in everybody's mind as somebody that could beat Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like, so respect to you, man, for showing up to the platform, brother.
Thank you, man.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
guys. I appreciate you guys.
Much respect for your time, brother. Much respect.
Thanks, mate.
Much respect.
Champ, thank you, David.
Right.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Only on
Yeah,
many
Major
more to
Key
come, brother.
Boxing. Hey, that
Many
kind
more
of
to
interview
come.
can only happen on Major Key Boxing. Straight
Yes,
up
sir.
interview, bro.
Where it's actually on Breaking Beats right now too. We simulcasting. We're doing a simulcast. So shout out to everybody who's watching on Breaking the Beats. Shout out to
That's
everybody
facts,
watching
man.
on
Yo,
Major Key
support
Boxing.
to everybody that's watching on Mark's channel. Again, you know what I'm saying? Support mad respect to Troy for getting me the information so I could reach out. You know what I mean? And we made it happen. So mad respect to everybody. But yo, so I know Mark is I guess you're doing your episode. I'm gonna cook a little bit more here for like the next 30 minutes. So I don't know if you want to switch over to your channel. I just want to talk about the last week in boxing. And then after that, I'm gonna ask my crowd to go over to marqnash to show some support, because marqnash has been supporting the channel since day one. You know what I mean?
Literally since day one. So yeah, we're gonna do the after party when Major Key ends. We'll still be live on my channel. If you on my channel,
start cooking,
bear with me, and I'm gonna end this over here, and I'll be right back. Thank you again, Major Key, for the opportunity to be on the panel.
Yes,
thank you again, Troy. You already know what's up, Rap Star. I like that
Yo,
logo.
respect, my brother.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Punch Drunk. Thank you again, Guido. What's up? And Raider, everybody who was in the chat asking great questions. Man, you guys are the best part of the show. Thank you again, Major Key. I'll see you a little bit later.
All right, yes, sir, man. So yeah, everybody afterwards, man, make sure y'all show up to Marqnash. We're gonna cook though, because I want to cook a little bit as far as like what's been going on. Troy, Rap Star, show it off. Like start off the topics, because I'm about to use the restroom real quick. You know what I'm saying? But yo, God,
All right, what's popping, y'all? Yeah. What's happening? You back in the lab with your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. How y'all feel out there, man? What y'all think of that interview? Y'all liked it? Didn't like it? I'm gonna put the link out there in the chat, and y'all can drop in with your boy. Y'all can talk to me about what do y'all think of that conversation we just had with two-time super middleweight champion David Benavidez. The link is out there. Yeah, pull up, holla at your boy. Thought it was a good conversation. I like David, man. David Benavidez, he's a beast in the ring, and he's definitely a beast on the mic. He wasn't shy at all, and he didn't waver his feelings about Canelo, Charlo, Andre, or Caleb Plant. He said he want to get his hands on Caleb Plant. Oh man, I ain't mad at him. He said a lot of things. We're gonna unpack some of that. You already know we're gonna chop that up, and we're gonna do some different things with the interview and put that out as a segment on its own. We're definitely gonna get into the weekend recap, but yeah, man, I'm super excited. Yeah, so we're gonna get the show going, keep the show going, do our weekend recap, and pick up with some more boxing talk. If you guys want to get into the boxing talk, like I said, Major Key, he's gonna end the show, I think, at 11, and we'll do the after party over here. Yeah, but I love this shit, man. We did a collaborative episode. Not a lot of YouTubers are doing that. I think more people should do that. I enjoyed it. What's up, Ron? Ron the Don. What up, my G? I think more people should do that. A lot of people are real private with how they grow the channel, and they always say, hey, we brothers. What's up, my brother? But shit, motherfuckers ain't doing what Major Key did right there. Like, yo, let's do a simulcast. Let's share it on both channels. We'll have you on the panel and let y'all talk. You know what I'm saying? Let you get your bars off and share it with your audience. And share your audience with me. Like, that's so dope. It's rare you find stuff like that, right? Come on, bro. Two-time super middleweight champion. Come on, King Mitch. That don't happen. Not from where I'm from. You feel me? So I thought it was super dope that he took the time out of his day. We only had him for about 30 minutes. He ended up staying about an hour, yo. So I thought that was super dope. Let me add a couple things in right here. I'm going to open up the phone line so we can take some calls as well. I kind of want to know what y'all think, man.
That's gonna be a big fight.
My bad about that.
2 Mexicans, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that loud sound. Ron Finkley, what's up, my G? How you?
Give me 1 second.
All right. But yeah, man, I had a good time over there. Shout out, like I said, I would be remiss if I didn't tell Major Key, thank you again for sharing his audience with me, sharing the platform, and also sharing his guests, and also sharing the content. That's rare. That's a rarity, man. You don't get stuff like that, right? Chat, talking to the chat room, talking to Ron Finkley right now.
Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing today, marqnash?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, my G?
Man, beautiful day, man. I woke up this morning and I ain't have to get a gun. I just was like, oh shit, it's a nice day. Let me go outside, yo.
Golly, I'm glad the sun came out so you ain't have to go get the gun. Talk to me, man. What did you think of that David Benavidez interview?
You know what? I popped in at the last minute, marqnash. I didn't realize you was on. I said, oh shit, notification, yo. I caught that shit at the very end, bro. But I was like cool about it because I'm like, damn, they talking to David Benavidez. You know how long I've been wanting to see that dude on the interview with like-minded people, bro. But I was like real boxing fans and shit. Like, I've been wanting to see him on the interview. I'm gonna rewind it, yo.
Bro, he was talking that shit, man. He was talking that shit, man. He said Caleb Plant a bitch. Like, he was like, Charlo is capping, he fronting, all of that. He don't want to smoke with him.
And see, that's
he said we could have been fought. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I wanted to hear because that's what I was already thinking. But put it like this: like Demetrius Andretti and Caleb and David Benavidez are like the two better fighters on my mind, and I feel like everybody is ducking both of them. So why would they call them people out if they're already doing what they want to do by calling those dudes out? But those dudes are acting like they don't want to fight them, like they divas. Like when this shit start turning into like dudes don't want to fight each other, but the people that's calling them out are not worthy. I don't get that shit, bro.
Right. Yeah. At one point, yeah, I think when Punch came in, they had made some jokes about Benavidez talking about I think it was Charlo said you got to get a COVID shot first.
Yeah.
Got to have a COVID shot before you fight me.
Yeah. And when I see those headlines, I be thinking to myself, like, whatever happened to legendary status? You know what I mean? Like, B-Hop never did nothing like that. Andre Ward never did nothing like that. But now we got all these boxers. Put it like this: Tank is doing it, but like at least Tank is moving around the business. So I talk shit about Tank.
Man, you eating, man.
Yeah,
slow down on you chewing and talking.
My bad, yo. That's my last.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right there, yo. That's my last chomp.
Go ahead.
But like, you know, like at least Tank moving around divisions. I give him shit, but like at least he's moving to different divisions. But you know, these guys want to move to different divisions, meaning David Benavidez or meaning Demetrius Andretti for the right fighter. But the right fighter is acting like they made it already. Like, I don't feel like Caleb Plant made it already. I don't feel like Canelo made it already. He made it already as far as money-wise. But, like, for me, I don't look at Canelo as, like, a super athlete until he fights somebody who's probably equally yoked with him. Like, you know, like somebody who could shut me up. Like, put it like this. I think David Benavidez is too much for him. But I feel like Demetrius Andretti is the right level for him. So he can shut me up with a fight like that, meaning Canelo. But even Jamal Charlo, he can't even talk about Canelo because he's not even fighting Demetrius Andretti. You see what I'm saying? And Caleb Plant and the David Benavidez situation to me is like, we already know that Caleb Plant is knowing that he gonna get beat real bad fighting David Benavidez. We know this. So why wouldn't he call out somebody like a Canelo who's at 168? Because that's equally yoked. Like, we looked at Ramirez the other day, and I feel like I watched the Super Bowl the other day because those guys were equally yoked, meaning Ramirez versus Josh Taylor. So I was glad I saw y'all, Major Key and you, with this interview because I wish I would have came in earlier and caught it. But I'm gonna watch this over again because I want to hear everything he got to say, and I always want to buy his fights because that last fight he had, that was fireworks. You see what I'm saying?
He's excited, man. That's what I like about David Benavidez. He definitely has a fan friendly style. He's not moving around a lot. He's come forward. Troy did tell him. Shout out to Troy who kind of set that up for Major Key and myself. He did tell him like, yo, I think you might not be ready. I think you'll be ready for Canelo in about another year or so. He said, I respect your opinion, but he's he's ready now. And I respect David. Like I said, his style is super exciting. I'm glad I got to ask him some real questions. You know what I'm saying? You know how I give it up. It wasn't gonna be no a whole masturbation circle going on over there. And I like how Major Key did too. He asked him some tough questions about the coke. He just straight said the word cocaine. He ain't sugarcoated it all. Cocaine. And talked to him about it. And my man, he didn't run from it. He's
Wow.
like, yo, he was
That's
like,
real.
yo, I was young, I was partying, I was, I made dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? But he's 24 now. I think he lost the title, I think earlier and then he lost it again with his weight. So I doubled back around and I asked him, what are you doing different to make sure you stay focused this time? Far as that and the weight. So yeah, man, we had some good questions with Mr. Benavidez. And like I said, man, come on, man, he didn't have to be here. He didn't have to be over here doing this with us tonight.
Yo, you should chop that joint up and remix it, because I'm gonna watch your whole live. But like, man, that's the thing. Like, I watch certain fights and I'll buy certain fights when I know it's like a legitimate situation. But like when you don't see the fights that that are legitimate situations, it turns people off to boxing. At least for me, it does. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't a stiff matchup where I can respect that guy at the end, put it like this: Josh Taylor made me respect him because I was going for Ramirez, but he showed me that he gained a new fan. Like, that's how I look at boxing. So if David Benavidez want to call out anybody, he has the right to do that at 168. You see what I'm saying? If the person at 168 don't want to fight him, then the other person is gonna make the sport like die down, because they're just catering to like a fan base instead of legendary status. If Canelo is this guy who everybody say he is, he should fight somebody like David Benavidez. And that's just my honest to God's truth.
You think he would? I don't see him defending against David Benavidez right after he get undisputed. I don't see that. I would love to see it, but I don't think he will do that. Okay. David gives him a lot of trouble. In my opinion, due to his size and his power. Now, granted, Canelo is very defensive. I even asked David Benavidez at one point. I asked him, I said, what do you say to your naysayers who say, yo, he's just a weight bully, he get hit too much, to face somebody like Andre or Charlo who has a lot of movement, and they would give him a lot of trouble. And he said, hey, look, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of my detractors. I'm aware of my naysayers and shit. He said he all for it. And he said he's working on things in the gym to avoid those kind of issues. But I rock with David Benavidez just because he was just so candid about his past transgressions. He was so open about the fights he want. It sounded like he wanted all the top names, because he says he's going to stop these guys. He said he can see himself stopping Canelo. He said he can see himself. He definitely wants that Caleb Plant smoke. He said, I want to put my hands on him anyway, just for talking tough.
You know what? To me, I feel like that's the easiest fight David Benavidez can have is against Caleb Plant. Like, I know Caleb Plant's like a slick boxer, and he know how to come at you from different angles and do what he do. But like once Mr. Rock'em Sock'em, I call David Benavidez Mr. Rock'em Sock'em, because once he decide to put them hands on you, it's a wrap. Once he decide that he's like in that groove, somebody going to sleep. That dude hit hard, bro.
Yeah, man. Do you see holes in his game though? Do you see any holes in David's game?
Oh yeah, plenty of holes in David's
game. Such as what?
Well, I feel like he kind of remind me of GGG in a couple ways, as far as like he'll let you hit him. Like, he don't have to let you hit him, but like he'll just let you bang with him. Like the last guy he was fighting, Nelson. I think it was Nelson. What was that dude's name? I can't think of his name, but somebody out of TMT gym. Ronnie, what was his name? Ronnie something. I can't think
Ellis?
of it. Yeah, I got dementia now, I think. But yeah, Ronnie, that dude, Ellis. That was a tough fight, but I felt like he was kind of like the Berlanga versus the other kid fight. Like, they were just going back and forth, but like I didn't see no like defensive prowess from David Benavidez, like meaning he could have had more defense, but I think he just decided to like bang with this dude, even though I felt like they both were getting fucking concussed at some points in that fight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think sometimes, like I said, I even said that to him. I said I feel like he fights that style sometimes because he don't feel like these guys can hurt him, and he said he agreed, and it was more of I might be paraphrasing now, but it's on the playback. He was like, I still don't need to be getting hit that much because it gets you marked up. It don't feel good, but you get marked up and it might look a certain way to the judges,
Yeah, man. Hey man, I'm glad you went live tonight, yo, Mark Nash. I appreciate you, bro. Man, you know what? I look at like certain channels that actually talk about boxing and they try to make it happen. And I know you the type of guys that'll be going to the fights. Y'all make me want to like start going out and going to the fights. I just buy pay-per-views or something and support
Right.
boxing. But like that's the thing. It's like a new regimen coming in, yo. And man, y'all leading the way, man. I appreciate y'all. Every day I hear y'all go live, man. And I'm out.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Ron. Hey, Ron, you want to tell people where they can follow you at before you go?
My name is Ronald Finkley on YouTube. I just talk boxing. That's all I do.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, man, for pulling up.
All right, one.
On my G. Yeah, but the phone lines are open. The numbers on the screen: 678-381-1938, 678-381-1938. If you want to pull up, chop it up with your boy. Still trying to do this weekend recap. Let me load. I'm gonna load the thumbnail up on my screen over here. Phone is taking a second. But make sure the link is out there. The link is out there if anybody want to pull up, chop it up with your boy. Hell of an interview. Like I said, David Benavidez. Oh my goodness. We had a champ over here today, man. That is rare. Super rare. Matter of fact, I think that's the first time we had a champion on the show. Had a couple boxers. Shout out to Tay Jones, Mike Williams Jr. But yeah, I think David Benavidez is our first time having a world champion on Breaking Beat. So let's give it up. All right. Yeah, that shit was dope. So I'm so glad I got to do that interview. Let's get into a little bit of this real quick. Y'all heard about this shit that was going on? Oh man, I gotta play this clip real quick. Y'all know he came out and apologized, right? Charlamagne don't apologize. He said he is sorry. He is sorry. And he said it came out the wrong way. It was ill perceived. He didn't mean to say that about I'm gonna play the clip. Let me pull the clip up. Apology. I'm gonna pull that up. We're gonna play this. We'll analyze that. Also, man, this weekend was crazy. Oh, he gave himself the donkey of the day. Yeah, I guess. But we're gonna play it. Let me play this audio real quick. Let y'all hear this shit. See, because you should have left that dude alone. Now he backpedaling. He backpedaling a little bit. You already know how he doing it. Yeah, that week will be our first Hall of Fame fight. What do you say? Right. Next week will be our first Hall of Fame. Yo, that shit was amazing, Troy Brown. Thank you again. I said Troy Brown. Looking at Kwame Brown. Thanks again, Troy. I don't know if Major Key gonna end on time or not, but so I'm gonna do my weekend recap real quick, see what you guys want to talk about. But definitely I gotta play this clip. Let's hit his audio. Y'all let me know how it sound. Turn it up. Let me play it. Right. See, even there, you talking about you triggering trauma. No, man, you might not trigger no trauma. People just might not want you speaking on their shit. You feel me? They might just not want you speaking on their family name. You said things that were incorrect. You said one dude was in jail. That dude is at home with his family. So, yeah, you were just incorrect. But let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Oh, y'all can't hear it? Oh, let me stop. Oh, let me stop. Oh, y'all can't even hear it? Oh, let me check this. Let's check this. My bad. Appreciate it, bro.
Good. And I was apologizing for triggering them.
Right, you talking about you triggering? No, bro, you might. So he talking about he triggering people, and look. I hate a side ass apology, bro. I hate, bro. Nothing makes me more upset than motherfucker halfway apologizing to you. Just keep that shit to yourself, then, bro. Y'all feel me? Just keep it to yourself. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it now. Okay, now we can hear it. Let me run this back. This is Charlamagne the God trying to apologize to Kwame Brown.
3 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Donkey of the Day for Monday, May 24th goes to me, Leonard McKelvey. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the first time I've given myself Donkey of the Day, because Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I mean, I may be kind of biased towards certain people, but I don't have any bias when it comes to myself. If I'm wrong, if something I do or say doesn't sit right with my spirit, I have to apologize and do better moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do right now. I want to apologize to Kwame Brown and Kwame Brown's family. I want to apologize to his father, Bill Brown, and the family of his father. See, last week on this radio, in my attempt to defend a Charleston, South Carolina-born brother like myself, I revealed too much information about his family. And even all that stuff is public record. Some things just don't need to be said on the radio, and they definitely don't need to be said by me.
Okay, some of that stuff was inaccurate information.
Back, on the way I communicated that, I communicated it all wrong. And I unintentionally triggered trauma in a lot of folks I grew up with who I genuinely love. I'm sure I caused a lot of pain for not only Kwame Brown, but his family, especially his family in my hometown of Montgomery, South Carolina. You know how I know? Because I spoke to a few of them. I've been on the phone this weekend with mothers of children and their children. Salute to Shaliba and her daughter, Brianda. I was on the phone with sisters like Wallet, salute to Wallet. Oh, she cursed me out good. And, I was apologizing for triggering them, causing them pain, because I was casually discussing their family's trauma, man. And that's something that I have to stop doing. That's something that we all have to stop doing. I was talking to my Sacred Purpose coach, Yadi Alba, this weekend. She's like a spiritual therapist. I have her and my clinical therapist, and that's what we were talking about, how we casually discuss each other's traumas. I didn't even think about when I spoke on, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning Black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person, or think we know about a person, we default to that. And that was
too late, right?
I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light. Okay, that Black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlamagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town.
Exactly. You sitting around on a nationally syndicated radio talking about this dude's family. And according to Kwame Brown, a lot of your stuff was inaccurate. So you putting a cease and desist on homie, and really low key, he could put one on you. There was an internet lawyer walking around saying, yo, well, Kwame Brown ain't got no case because he didn't talk about him. Kwame Brown broke that down today. Shout out to Kwame Brown. I shared his live. He was like, yo, you said leave people alone, men in my family doing this. You said obviously the bus stuff is getting to him. You cannot talk about my mental state, sir. And I agree with Kwame Brown on that. Like, Charlamagne been on some fuck shit. There's a clip going around right now of him telling the story of him putting the Spanish fly in the girl drink. Then it's another version. It's one version where he's talking to academics about it, and it sounds crazy. Then he tells the story years later on his own podcast, The Brilliant Idiots, with Andrew, And it sounds even crazier. But it's his story ain't lining up. The first time he tells the story, he says he left and he was hearing about what happened, and they was like, "Yo, your cousin got arrested for rape." So he went to the jail, and he just gave some information, sounded fake, and said he was like, "Yeah, they was just." It was like, "Yo, come to find out it was a lie. Yeah, they didn't even have my cousin in jail." And I was like, "Yo, whatever's happened, I take full responsibility." That's his version there. But then it switches to something else. So yeah, man. Then he switched to no. I did this, I did that, I didn't do this. I woke up the next morning and the girl was right there, and she said, "Well, I'm glad it was you if we had sex." Nowhere when he's telling the story, he never mentions that the girl was 15 and what his age was at the time. That's some scum shit, bro. Like when you are in your 20s, man, you 2021, yo, you are college level. Somebody who's 15 is what, 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade? That's crazy, yo. And he wants this storm to stop because that story's picking up steam. It's picking up steam. It's picking up steam. People are asking questions. People want to know what's going on. And he don't need that. He don't need that in his life right now. So he's trying to keep that fire down. I'll put the link out there. Anybody want to chop it up with me about this? That's crazy. Where we at with the story? I got another story for y'all. I'm gonna pull that up too. You got this senator. I think he's running out of what state is this? Let me find what state this senator is in. Put this scumbag on blast a little bit. But I'll play a little bit more of this, Charlamagne. Then I'm gonna play Kwame Brown's reply.
On why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved the goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve and 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective. Okay, my views of success may be different than yours.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since
even when you saying you unintentionally caused trauma, those sneak jabs and disses. Like I said before, it's not necessarily you might have caused trauma, Charlamagne. It's more about you saying things that aren't true. How about that? Why not just say that? I said some untruths. I didn't have all my facts together. I don't even know this man. Let's just say that. I might have went to school with some of his people, but he don't even know those people. Yeah, man. I appreciate Kwame Brown keeping his foot on the neck of anybody who got something crazy to say about him, and in his words, talking about his mama's son, he gonna give him his mama's cooking. Oh, I love it. I love it, man. I don't know who got the deal out there for Kwame Brown, but we need that Kwame Brown show. Might need to call it Mama's Cooking. I know he got his YouTube channel called Buzz Life, but yeah, man, we need to get some of that Mama's Cooking. Kwame's Kitchen, man. Let's see what he cooking up because I love he dropping that shit, man. He keeping it real on him. Shout out to you, Don. Shout out to everybody. Okay. Shout out to everybody coming in from the Major Key channel. I dropped the link out there if anybody want to pull up. The phone line is on the screen if y'all want to chop it up with me. 678-381-1938. 678-381-1938. The number's on the screen and the link is in the chat. But hell of a interview today with David Benavidez, man. I asked him about his brother. His brother, he said his brother got him into boxing. And I was like, shit, we ain't seen him since 2018 when he had a devastating loss to Terrence Crawford. How's he doing? He said his brother will be back. He said his brother's coming back. His brother will be on his undercard. I believe he fights in August. Transcendent Sports Channel all the way from Canada. What up, my G?
What up, brother? How are you?
I'm good, my G. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been quite a while since I come to your channel. I mean, I'm always at your channel. I've been going on your panel. It's been quite a while.
Well, thanks for pulling up. How you feel?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. How's things? Family good?
Always good. If they weren't good, I wouldn't be on the internet right now talking to y'all, motherfuckers. Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Oh man, I was just I just came. I was in another channel, so I of course I have to come back and support you, of course. So what's on your take on? I was asking, what's your take on the Manny Pacquiao versus Spence?
Oh, Pacquiao versus Spence.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm super excited about the fight, man.
Me
I
too.
don't think you can count out Manny Pacquiao. You definitely cannot count out Manny Pacquiao, and not in my opinion. I think he's a super competitor. He has been out the ring for a minute, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't foresee that being a problem. When asked about the Spence fight, Manny Pacquiao said the key to the fight is going to be speed.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. How about you? I know you might be torn in this fight, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm a huge fan of both fighters, right? I'm a huge fan of Crawford too. If I was Crawford right now, I'd be punching the air right now. like no, like I was kind of excited for the Crawford and Pacquiao fight. I was like, oh, that'd be a great fight too. And then, the money didn't go through, and then of course Spence got the fight. So if I was Crawford, I would be punching the air right now, saying, "What the frick, Bob? What the frick?"
Hey, look, Terrence Crawford was in the house like this.
Yeah, man, I would too. Like I honestly, I'm excited for the fight. I talked to a lot of people, and I can tell you what though, Manny has a chance, and people are just counting up right away because he's age 42, but he's not a normal age 42 person. This guy's a freaking nature, right? He's an athlete. So I know 2 years is off the thing, but I mean, who knows, man? Anything can happen in boxing. I think Manny can pull this off. Can you imagine if Manny actually does pull this off? What would you think, marqnash?
Best fighter ever, man. He might be the GOAT.
Oh, really?
He might be the best ever, man. He pulled this shit out of his head.
Oof. There's talks. This is what's happening. There's actually talks and rumors in the Philippines that Manny Pacquiao fights Spence, then he fight Crawford, and then he will run for the presidency. That's what people are actually saying in the Philippines. So I'm thinking, can you imagine a president fighting a part-time boxer? Yeah, it could happen, bro. Manny can be the first one to do it.
You really think that you'll see that?
Yeah, I think there's a talk that he might be fighting in his president if he wins the presidency. I'm pretty sure he win. He might fight one fight. Can you imagine how crazy would that be? A sitting president in a boxing arena? That'd be really crazy.
Yo, we got Kyle from the boxing section here. Also, I have a caller. Caller, you on the line? 404. What up?
What's going on, marqnash? This is Bakari. What's going on?
What's up, brother? Thanks for pulling up, calling in. How you feel?
I'm good, man. I hate YouTube. I didn't even get the notification for your whole interview. I got like the last 5 minutes was gonna be there. That's when I got it. But
Mark, I can't hear him, man. Yeah.
Then maybe one of them would get a fight with a Canelo. That's Benavidez, the Charlo twins, and Andre. That's too much of a risk, and he don't have to. He can continue to fight B-level fighters and make $20 million. So why take a risk? That's the business. That's the business side of the sport in 2021. I don't have to fight nobody. I have a name. So I think all of them should stop worrying about Canelo and just fight each other. Go make your money. Canelo is not going to fight you. He's showing you that. Go make your money, and that's what they should do. And I just heard the brother talk. I just heard the guy calling. He was talking about Pacquiao and Spence. I think Spence will beat him because Pacquiao is over the hill, and I think Spence is in a better situation than Keith Thurman was. Because a lot of people don't talk about the contract that Keith Thurman had to sign to get that fight. Keith Thurman had been out the ring for a few years and spending all his money trying to get his wife over here back and forth, whatever he was doing with his wife being in Bangladesh, right? Keith Thurman literally had to sign a contract where Manny Pacquiao did not have to take a PEDS test. He didn't have to go through to see if he had PEDs in his system. He only took the urinalysis. So I think Earl Spence is in a better situation, and he is going to force Manny Pacquiao to go through the whole blood, go through everything, because he haven't messed off, or whatever it was Keith Thurman was doing, he haven't messed off his money. Even the Keith Thurman fight, I had that fight, I think I had it like the judges. Pacquiao won that fight because of the knockdown in the first round. Me personally, it should have been a draw, because I actually had Keith Thurman winning 7 rounds. Myself personally, I'm something like Winky Wright. I think it was a draw. I had Keith Thurman winning 7 out of the 12 rounds. That's me. And Winky Wright and a few more people that I know. But that's what I had to say about your boxing thing. The Kwame Brown thing. The thing with me for Kwame Brown, where I completely stand 100% with Kwame Brown, when Kwame Brown was calling him out, and this is what I think most people miss. When Kwame Brown called him out, he said, Captain Jack, Becky with the good hair, Stephen A. Smith, none of those people on TV never insult, while he was talking about the black men, so they never insult white basketball players that was bust. They don't do them the way Kwame Brown has been done. See, I'm almost 50. You might not know who Danny Ferry is. I know who Danny Ferry is, right? Danny Ferry coming out of college, they was calling him the next Larry Bird, how great he was going to be. He was so good, he was drafted, didn't want to play with the Clippers. He went to go to Italy for 1 year, came back. This man played 12 seasons in the league, and for his career, he was the number 2 player taken, because for me, there's no difference in number 1 through number 5. They're all supposed to be transcending players, even through the top 10, help your team get to it. But he played 12 seasons and had like 3,000 points. Adam Morrison, who was the number 3 pick, he played 3 seasons. Darko Milicic, who was in the draft with LeBron James, LeBron was taking 1. Darko Milicic was taking 2. A lot of people don't even know who Darko Milicic is. Then there was Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Darko Milicic was drafted before all of them. He stayed in the league like 12 seasons. But I understand what Kwame is saying. And yes, it bothers him, and it should, because those black men that sit on TV and only insult him, make like he's non-existent. And when they said it was only one person in the trade, that's, you know how insulting that is? You make a trade for somebody, but Kwame, this man is still living. There's only one person in the trade, like he's non-existent. Kwame was not, I think Kwame could have been a pretty good role player if he would have had the opportunity with somebody that wanted to groom him. But they didn't try to groom him. They took his confidence. He was drafted. He was 17 years old. They took his confidence as a young man on the basketball court. That's how I see it. But yes, I stand with him. I stand with him when he's calling out Stephen A. Smith. You go on a college tour to tell people this is why you shouldn't leave college early. Look at Kwame Brown. You have made him the post child. But it's okay to go work at, I'm going to ask anybody, if you had a choice, your 18-year-old son, go get a job at McDonald's while going to college, or got a chance to go make $5 million a year. What are you going to tell your 18-year-old son? Go make $5 million a year. It's just that simple. But yes, they went overboard with what they were doing to Kwame Brown, and I'm glad he finally stood up for himself. There's 20 years worth of frustration that's coming out of Kwame Brown.
All right.
Well, all right, man. I thank you for taking my call, brother.
Thank you for calling in, Brother Bakari, and I appreciate it.
All right. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the phone lines are open 678-381-1938. Trying to get your reaction to the David Benavidez interview. Also, Charlamagne the God apologizes to Kwame Brown. Kyle, the boxing section, talk to me.
I'm glad he apologized. I'm glad he gave us up Donkey of the Day, because we gave him Donkey of the Day a few days ago. I'm glad he owned up to it as a man and didn't hide behind the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? Also, man, I'm so mad I missed that interview with David Benavidez, bro. I'm so pissed off. I was stuck at work, man. We had a lot of shit going on, man. But I will get the playback, and I will listen to it for sure. No question about it. But salute to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. We asked him some good questions. He said he want that Charlo smoke. He said he all for it. He said they could have fought a long time ago. He said he's all about. He want the David Bennett. He want the Andre fight. It don't seem like he's just sitting around waiting for Canelo. He wants any of those guys. But he said these guys don't really want to get in there with him. He said it's hard for him to get fights. I even told him. I said, well, you see the importance of, making sure you keep that title next time, because it goes out there and it's hard to get back. And when you're as skilled as he is and hit as hard as he does, these guys don't want to get back in there with you and give you another chance to get the title. Transcendent Sports was talking about that Manny Pacquiao fight and Errol Spence Jr. You got a pick for that?
Oh, I'll be there in August. I already got my hotel booked. It's going down in a major way. I don't miss Errol Spence fights if I can help it.
Okay. What was the other thing I wanted to ask you guys? Transcendent, you got anything you want to reply to the caller or what Kyle just said while I pull this other thing up?
No, I kind of missed with Charlamagne the God. What was the issue? Because it's been quite. I just got on here.
He pretty much got on the radio and he was talking about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, 6'11", first round draft pick from North Carolina. Basically said his father killed a lady, killed his girlfriend, and he's doing life. He said only reason he got caught because he came back to get his check. He said his brother killed somebody and is doing time. He said another brother did. Basically, he was saying the men in Kwame's family they get violent. And Kwame he got upset by that. He said, hey, look, first of all, that brother my dad had that you talking about, my dad, he was just basically saying, yeah, my dad had children outside the marriage and I didn't even know him. I wasn't even born yet and stuff like that. And he was like, why are you talking about me like that? Why are you saying they got to check on my mental health? He was like, yo, you don't know me. You can't talk about my mental health and things like that. So Charlamagne came out and apologized. He said he thought he was doing something right. And I remember when we talked about this on the show, I said, is it possible he think he bigging him up, like letting people know, hey, it's a crazy big nigga right there. You don't want to mess with him. It's a big nigga and he crazy. Is that the vibe he was giving off? Who knows? But regardless, it didn't land properly with Kwame Brown. And Kwame Brown was like, okay, well, let's talk about you and your cases and your rape case and things like that. And then I guess Charlamagne put out a cease and desist on him and said, hey, I didn't have a rape case. I pled guilty to giving minor alcohol to minors. But since then, the lady has been speaking out. Her mom has been speaking out. People are looking at the old clips of Charlamagne when he talked about raping a woman. And it sounds crazy. I'm going to play a clip of that. Y'all heard that clip that he did with academics?
No. See, I thought Charlamagne always said something controversial. He always said something controversial before, right? He's been in trouble before, didn't he?
Yeah. Someone say that, yeah. But in this age where we in right now, you can't be out here telling stories about raping women, man. Can't even put that in your title on this YouTube. They'll take you down.
Right. So he apologized. Now they're fighting. Now they're.
Nah, that man ain't accept this apology.
No.
Nah, he ain't accept this apology.
Oh, okay.
He's like, hell no, you gonna get my mama's cooking. He said you gonna get his mama's cooking. Let me play this clip real quick. This shit is real crazy. I want y'all to hear this. Some of it. Let me see it. So DJ Academic's gonna ask him about groupies and stuff. He gonna say, what's the wildest thing you ever did? You be getting it. He was like, yo, I don't be doing the groupie thing, man. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna play the audio of this. This is sick, man. Cause he's gonna tell the story this way. Then I'm gonna play the clip of how he tells it later when he's with Andrew. So I'm gonna take them off the screen.
Okay. Yo, marqnash, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, bro?
All right, get straight, bro. Kyle, you heard this clip when he was talking to DJ Academics? If not, here you go.
Yeah, like a charge. How you beat that? Because I didn't do it. It was a
okay. So that
for real? Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't look with a minor charge. That means you would have to register for this. Yeah, I was. Right? It was the year.
Let's speed it up.
2000, 2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school. He had got a scholarship at Penn State University, and I had a party. I had all of these chicks at a party. Like I was doing overnight. I was working at D93 then, so I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. I used to see this, always see this chick with my dude. So I bought, I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes.
Okay.
I'm asking them did they mess with the chick, after the fact, after she pressed charges, and they was like no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of.
Now he said something happened in the room with my dudes. So he sound like he ain't there. You heard that, right, Kyle? Can y'all hear this? Check 1, check 2. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all can hear my audio, right? Yes, no, anybody? Kyle, your mic muted if you're trying to talk to me. Y'all can hear me in the chat. Let me know. I'm gonna keep the audio going until somebody tell me something different.
Yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. She got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They're like, yeah, my cousin who I got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse. Talk to the detective myself. No, they had no one for me. I just told the detective, like, look, I take full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, I told her, I said, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? Like, yo, nobody got raped. Yada yada yada.
So he got to ask around.
My other cousins.
So look, it's some circle talk. I'm gonna let this wrap up, and we're gonna play the other version where he tells the same story and it's totally different. Now it's him waking up with the girl and she asking what happened, and he's saying, "Yo, we had sex." This version of the story, he left. He wasn't there. He don't know what happened. He had to ask other people. So
it was fucking with me because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. Whatever.
You went out there copping out, please.
Yeah.
So according to him, he just went down there and just started telling on himself.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
So look, nobody pressed him criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So you used to see the girl. He never said how old the girl was. Nobody even asked him. He just tells the story. All right, that shit was crazy to me. Now, I'm gonna play the same. He's gonna tell the same story again, but this time he's gonna tell it on his podcast about years later. It's gonna be years later, and he's gonna tell the same story, but this time he's with the girl. She wakes up, and he just got a whole different version of it. So let me play this clip. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna stop this. But y'all let me know what y'all think of that so far. Y'all let me know what y'all think of that. I'll drop the link back out there. But this dude Charlemagne kind of a sick dude, man. It's an ill ass nigga, man. And I don't mean that in a good way. So, right. I'm gonna play the clip, and his boy calls him out on the air as he's telling the story. Right away, he's like, "You got some Spanish flies, so you raped the girl." Kid is wild right here. Also, man, we talking about the interview that we had earlier with David Benavidez, man. We're doing a weekend recap as well. Y'all got anything y'all want to pull up, chop it up with your boy. The link is in the chat. The number is on the screen. So I'm gonna play this clip, and y'all tell me what y'all think of this audio. Cause he admits right away that he gave the girl some shit. Like, this dude is foul, bro. This is wild. Check this out.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk, and
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember I went to the sex store and got Spanish fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking. They
sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck it. I'm like, nah, shit, like, I can't, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So
it's just one-on-one, it ain't right.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, She's like, yo, you sure only had sex with you? And one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. He did not fuck her.
Okay, so now he's there.
Naked.
Okay, did y'all catch that? So now he's there the whole time. He wakes up with the girl. She asks what happened. She said, I'm glad it's just you. And now it's one of his cousins going around saying he smashed her.
He didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, like, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another
That's a huge
motherfucker.
compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
Hey, if it was any of your cousins or friends who have been raped,
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but listen,
Wait, was she passed out while you fucked her?
Watch this.
She was like one of those drunks where
Watch this.
She was one of those drunks where like she was one of those.
Listen to his boy. He gonna say, what are you doing right now? Because I can't believe you telling this story. Listen to him. This is crazy.
No, she was one of those drunks where like she was one of those drunks, but she was like one freaky motherfucker. But listen.
Was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like. She was like one of those drunks where she was one of those drunks where like she was one of those drunks where she was like she wasn't coherent, but she was up. You know, when your girl is like when you're blacked out like that, don't know what the fuck's going on type shit. Like she was
that nigga just said she's blacked out. Did y'all hear that? Yo, this is crazy, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. The link is in the chat. The number's on the screen, 678-381-1938. Yo, my man is talking about who is this? Don. My man said if he did, everyone makes mistakes. Hey, look, well, okay, and he needs to pay the piper for that, man. Like, you can't be out here making jokes about that, yo. That is crazy. He's on TV now talking about protect women, but this is the guy. I just think that's kind of wild, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Yeah, that shit don't sound right with me. If he did, okay, everybody makes mistakes. All right. Until it's your daughter, till it's your wife, till it's your sister, you know what I'm saying? Because shorty, you're going through some trauma, yo. Speaking of trauma, this is kind of trauma that happens when you do things that are to somebody. I think Cersei was trying to get in. Cersei, what up?
What's up with you?
I'm good. What up? Talk to me.
Man, I hate rapists, man. I hate bullies, period. If it's any type of bully, man, and he's a bully, you can tell by his attitude, how he responds, not even just on his show, but in general, and how cavalier he's about this. He's showing you who he is. And this is not the first time he said some slick stuff. When people be on his show, like, you pay attention to him, he always got something slick to say. Oh, well, it's not like he's always had, I'm not even gonna misquote him, but you know, he'll try to sue me. But he always got something slick to say. He always got something, and he always looks down, like when somebody says something against somebody raping somebody or underage or whatever, like he always kind of bigs that person up or take the heat off of them. It's because he's looking at himself in the mirror. He a dirty bastard, man. I've always said Charlemagne was dirty, and it's just point proven right here.
Yeah, that shit kind of wild, man. Yeah, he laughing and talking about shit. Yeah, that shit is kind of crazy. He was referring to Jessica Reed case. Shout out to Saint the Sweet Science Examiner. Shout out to Eli Zachary. What's up, my G? Tony Roswell. Appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. Yeah, he wrong because what'd you say? Yeah, he wrong because he's talking about it. No, he's wrong because he did it. He's wrong because he's talking about it. He's talking about it so cavalier. And obviously something has transpired that's not true because this shit is all on the internet. He told that same story two different ways, unless he got multiple girls drunk and slept with him and called multiple cases. If so, he's still talking about the same case. One version, he wasn't there. He had to go holler at the guys. The next version, he stayed all night and he slept with the girl. First version, he didn't sleep with her. Second version, he slept with her.
Yeah, the first version he pulled it wasn't me.
Yeah, and years later, he tells the story and was like, yo, yeah, I woke up and, she was like, yo, what happened last night? He was like, we had sex. She was like, okay, I'm glad it was you. That's different from what he said before. And it kind of goes.
He low-key tried to throw her out like she was a hoe. Like she just an automatic drunk hoe. Like that's what she do. That's what she's down for. Like he tried to throw her out there like that just in case. But even if she
You
was a
talking about
drunk
the
hoe,
first time or the second time you told the story?
no, the second time when he told the story. And even in the first time,
No. The second time he told the story, he made it seem like that was almost like his girl, because he was like, I gave her the Spanish fly, but we already had intentions to have sex anyway, so it didn't matter.
No, I was saying the part where he made sure he said that she was like, "Oh, well, I'm glad it was you, or it was just you." Like she would have been down for whatever, but and then he said she was incoherent and unconscious, like she blacked out. If you black out, you're not conscious. That's rape. Even if she wanted to do it, that's rape.
Right.
Even if she was of age, that's rape.
Right.
He raped her and laughing about it.
Right. Let me get Kyle the boxing section in on this. Go ahead.
What's going on, man? Listen, shit, my wife called me, man, so I'm lost. What the conversation is right now. So you saying that he said he raped this girl? Like she wasn't breathing? I mean, she wasn't like conscious.
He said she blacked out. Yeah, he said he gave her the Spanish fly. She blacked out.
Fuck is that?
You know, the Bill Cosby shit. The shit that got Cosby in trouble.
Man, fuck, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't fuck
Almost
with
like
that.
roofies and giving the bitch something. You know what I'm saying? Giving her a pill or something.
That's some faulty shit right there. I can't get behind that shit.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
And then
Yeah,
he said the broad woke up talking about some
What happened? See, he got two versions. You got to check the playback, Kyle. You don't missed a lot on this episode.
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry, bro.
No. You
know
listen, nigga, because you've been missing it.
Hey, shit just been happening today, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm normally 7 o'clock. You know, I'm on this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was fucked up day today, man. I did a 16 and shit. I'm trying to get back in the groove of things. Trying to pay for this damn chain. So,
all right, it's all good. Well, look. Yeah, you got to check the playback, man. It's a lot to go into, man. It's a lot that you missed. But basically, he told the same story twice. One version, he was like, I wasn't there and I came back and I had to ask the guys what happened. The other version was I woke up and I woke up in the bed with the girl and she asked what happened and I told her we had sex. Both versions, he gave the girl alcohol. The second version, he actually admits to giving her the Spanish fly. Yeah, I'm trying to talk and read the chat. So it's too much to read right there. I'll put it on the screen. Let me show you guys this clip right here, though. It's not even a clip, it's just a story I came across, and I just want to know what y'all think of this. You got a GOP challenger for Liz Cheney's seat. She's the wife of Dick Cheney, right? Former vice president. Oh no, Liz Cheney is his daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Is that his daughter or his wife? Regardless, she related to Dick Cheney. He's challenging for his seat. He tells a story and he comes out and said he impregnated a 14-year-old girl when he was 18. And he wants credit for saying, hey, well, I'm telling y'all the story up front. Because the story was about to leave. Here we go. We got a Wyoming state senator who is challenging Representative Liz Cheney in the 2022 Republican primary. He acknowledged this week that when he was 18, he had sex with a 14-year-old girl, which is statutory rape in many states, and she became pregnant. State Senator Anthony Bouchard, I think it's Bouchard. Anthony Bouchard made the disclosure on Facebook Live on Thursday. In a subsequent interview with the Casper Star Tribune, saying the girl gave birth to a son more than 40 years ago in Florida, that he married the girl when she turned 15. Okay, so get her pregnant at 14, they get married at 15, but here's the crazy part. She died by suicide a few later after they divorced. And he wanted to throw in but she entered another relationship, so it wasn't because of me. It was the other relationship that she got into after me at 18. See, at 18, this woman should be coming into a life, going into where she wants to go next. But she's a mother and she's a divorced woman at a very young age. I think it's truly sad. He compares their relationship to He said she was a little younger than me, so it's like Romeo and Juliet story.
What the fuck is going on? My bad, Mark.
But under Florida law, his actions would be illegal. Because he didn't specify a year he impregnated the girl. It is not clear what Florida laws were at that time. But bottom line up front, this man married a girl. The girl was 14. She got pregnant. She got married. They got married at 15. They got divorced 3 years later, and she committed suicide by the age of 20. My man, you sleeping with the girl getting her pregnant at 14 definitely probably had something to do with where her life went. Because at 14 years old, you shouldn't be focused on being a mother. You know what I'm saying? What 14? What are you in 8th, 9th grade? And 18, you about to graduate from high school. So you have this guy running for state senator who was a high schooler hanging out at the middle school getting girls pregnant, or the junior high. That shit is not cool, man. Not cool. I'll pass the mic though. What do you guys think of this story?
Respectfully.
Go ahead, Kyle. I'm gonna let Kyle get in first real quick because I know he gonna be in and out with his kids. Go ahead.
Man, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Dude, this shit is ridiculous, man. These niggas is weird, bro. These niggas is straight weird. You know what, bro? This shit is disgusting, bro. The fuck is you doing, man? You 18 years old fucking with a 14-year-old, bro? These niggas is nasty, bro. Is he white?
Oh yeah, he's a Caucasian male.
Well, of course he is. Nasty motherfucker.
I mean, shit. Charlemagne ain't a white man, and he did some nasty shit too. I don't think it's no race bias on being a scumbag. But go ahead, sir, senior. Let me let you get in.
Yo, I don't know what these people in the chat is on. What's Ronald Finkley on?
What'd he say?
You gotta highlight it.
Yeah, I gotta blow the screen out.
He said, if I tell a chick I smoke weed and after I'm high, tell her I like to have sex. After, if she says that's not her problem and I try, that's illegal.
I'm confused. What does that even mean? Hold on, break that. Maybe it's the way you read it. Hold on. If I tell a chick I smoke weed and after 1 minute and after I'm high, tell her I like to have sex. If she says that's not her problem and I try, that's illegal. Ronald Finkley, I don't know what you mean, bro. You got to pull back up on the panel for that. The link out there. Let's keep it moving. 18 and 14 are on some different wavelengths of life. Absolutely. One person don't even have a damn permit yet. The other person is working a summer job, trying to figure out whether they're going to join the military, go to college after graduation. When is that Kells trial? I don't know. I don't know. I know they ain't giving him no bail though. That's crazy though. I know guys who shot people in here in Atlanta and they got bail. So I definitely think that's crazy though. That he can't even get bail. I don't think he's a flight risk once you get your passport up. Everybody knows R. Kelly face. He can't go nowhere. But like I said, I know people here in Atlanta shot 2 people in a hotel, and that person got bail. He walking the streets, living his life.
I'm trying to figure out why he felt like, oh, well, because I told it made it all right. They weren't in school together. You know, he said the Romeo Juliet, I guess he was trying to play off the Romeo Juliet law, where if you're in school together, you can have up to 4 years between your age range. But they obviously weren't in school together because he would have said that. 2, I'm trying to find out how he was able to get away with this and blatantly say this openly and nobody say nothing. Nobody do nothing. His family not do nothing. Her family not do nothing. And then they got married. So for her to get married at 15, if I'm not mistaken, in Florida law, she had to have consent or be emancipated.
It depends on the year. I don't know what year that was though, because he didn't say what year it was. He did say over 40 years. So I guess we would have to look at what year he was born, figure out what year he was 18, and then see what year Florida law was, to be fair.
I'm just saying that all the way around, that's crazy. And his family not say nothing, her family not say nothing all these years. Like, and then she killed herself and nobody even say nothing then.
Who knows? Maybe he he gained power early on because let me let Eli Zachary get in. Because as you know, this story was about to break because he's running for this office against Liz Cheney. They dug deep, they found it. It was about to come out, so I guess he thought he was getting ahead of the curve. Eli Zachary, talk to me.
What's going on? I heard this story earlier, and it had like a different response from other brothers and sisters. It was
Which story, Eli? Which one?
two different
Which one?
responses. This one right here that we're talking about right now.
Okay, Anthony
This was on
Bacard.
Trio earlier this morning. Yeah, we were on Trio this morning, and I heard this story being told. It had a different response. Some people felt like they was 18 and 14. The 18-year-old is still a kid. Other people felt like, man, fuck that, hell no. I personally was like, no, that shit not really cool. Like I understand 16 and 14, y'all going to school together, your sophomore and freshman, junior and freshman or whatnot. But like 18 and you get ready to be out of school, or you probably out of school and you just lingering around the school, and you got the freshman or the middle school kid that just came, like that shit kind of weird. You can take her to do shit that she can't otherwise do with her parents. You're becoming an adult, and you're basically influencing a teenager to follow the mindset of where you are. You start to groom her in where you're going. As you experience things, you're not forcing, but you're having a 14-year-old experience those same things that you're experiencing because y'all are a couple together. So that's why that's not a good idea to me. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens, but I wouldn't be a parent that would be like, man, that's just a great idea. That's a good idea. Even me, when my daughter was 18, she had a guy that was 20. I was like, like he's been out of school, he's experiencing his life, and is he getting ready to go on and do something else? You getting ready to go on and do this. So, like for a kid that's 14, it's even worse. You're still going through puberty and are just coming out of that point. So just having that influence, like in a mental capacity, in that area of life, it's just y'all on two different wavelengths. Especially all depending on how you was raised, it's even worse. So as Sir was alluding to, that seemed like it had to have been something that the parents were okay with, because at 15 they allowed them to get married. That wasn't something that she ran away from home and just did and lied and forged some documents. That's like documented in the government. Somebody had to emancipate her and sign off on that. Maybe she was that troubled of a teen, but it's still not a good representation of them being together. It's not a good representation of him, so I can understand why he wanted to get ahead of the story, because it makes him seem like he had a troubled teenager that he was messing with at an early age, and he himself was going through some things, and it's like his past is being dug up. So everything that he changed around in life, even though it's not like considered maybe the rape type that like what Charlemagne was doing, is statutory, I guess, maybe in their town, in their area, even here. But he was trying to get ahead of that, the whole statutory rape thing, the whole troubled youth thing, and being a politician and saying my life is going in a totally different direction. This is something that happened, and yes, she did die of suicide, but it wasn't from me. It's a sad situation, a sad story. And it's the same type of thing that we talk about when we talk about R. Kelly's case there. And it was funny that you brought that up, because what we in the black community said was, we heard all these females saying that shit, we dated older men when we was younger, and then we as fathers were like, well, that shit not cool. And then you have your other dudes that's like, man, shit, bro, I did it. So it's just according to upbringing. Some people think that shit is okay.
Let's pass it around
It's
a little
crazy.
bit. Let's pass it around a little bit. Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, brothers. First of all, I want to tell you thank you, man. Thank you for linking up with us and being on the panel, and and putting it on your panel as well, man. Appreciate it. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have my mic muted. Yeah, Troy, no, thank you again for everything. Thanks for extending the olive branch out. I was just telling my audience, I said that's something rare. That's an anomaly that doesn't happen, especially in this space right here, where guys share their audience, share their platform, and share a guest, especially such a high profile guest like two-time middleweight champion David Benavidez. So I man, that was a major move, man. First time we had a champion on the show. You know,
Everybody got two legs, man. That's what people got to understand. You can't really stand on your own sometimes. You need to build with everybody, and then not everybody, but if you could build with people you trust, then you'll build to last at that point, right?
Absolutely.
But just based on what you were saying, a lot of times when you got guys like R. Kelly or whatever Charlemagne did, I heard bits and pieces of what he did years ago, right? You got to look behind the curtain and say what happened to them. Because something happened to R. Kelly when he was younger. His sister was doing stuff to him and things of that nature, right? There was a cat on some platform the other day. He was saying that, he saw his mother in an orgy, and then he was touched and da 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 da, and that's why he acts that way to women. So all of what we see and now stems from something else. But you know what really makes it worse? When people know that these people are actually predators and they stay silent about it, because all that stuff with R. Kelly was never a secret. I knew about it. Me. And I'm not even in the music business, but I knew about it. Because when he first came out, he was with a group called Public Announcement, I think, right? And they and they separated himself from him because he was out there with the little girls. And he basically blackballed them because you never heard from them again, right? Yeah, so you gotta look behind the curtain and see what's going on, and then you can learn how to deal with the man who's now the monster. And that's the best way to do it.
Go ahead, Kyle, Sir Senior. Anybody want to get in? Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. I know you was trying to get back in. Go ahead, Sir Senior.
Yeah, most people who in any type of abuse, they're usually someone who witnessed abuse or had that same abuse or similar abuse happen to them. But at the same token, that doesn't dissolve them from getting the help that they need so they don't become an abuser, and to also deal with those issues. And for people to just turn their back to it, or turn their eye away from it because, oh well, there's people who like this person, or this person's famous, or they're cute, or got money, or whatever the issue is that makes them, oh well, they're family, so you turn your eye to it. You're just as bad as them, if not worse, because some of those people have by then chemical and imbalance in their brain. They're messed up and they need help. But you need just as much help, if not more, because you're condoning it, and you're supposed to be the same one. So all of y'all are bad.
Go ahead, Kyle. You want to, or Troy, Zach, anybody want to add to that? What I'll say is, Troy, you kind of dead on with that, what you said. I've heard Charlemagne tell the story in the past about, he said he didn't think he was being molested before. He said he thought he was just excited. He was young, he was having sex, but he said his aunt molested him when he was younger. And he said he got to the point where he didn't want to do it no more. He said, I just didn't like the smell of her jerry curl. She had a jerry curl. And he said, one day I told her no, or something like that. Then she started belittling him, called him ugly and all of this stuff. But he said he was young and he got molested by a family member. So I thought it was very telling that you said that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave with this because I'm gonna jump off. I gotta get up for work in the morning, right?
You about to say I got to get up for bed.
I did. I was about to say I don't want to fall asleep again, but I've never been drunk or high my whole life, and the reason being, I grew up in the house with a family member who was an addict. He went from weed to something else, and
I saw things that I pushed down for years, right? So that caused me to be a certain way when it comes to drugs and alcohol. I'll sooner die than get high or drunk. I would. I don't even take painkillers, and I had open heart surgery. So I suffered for months and months and months with that pain, right? So, like I said, the history will tell you how to deal with the present, to be very honest with you. You know, the history will tell you how to be with the present. I can say the best, the worst thing that happened to me based on that is I saw his pain. I never sold drugs, even though I would have been good at it, but I never sold drugs, never took drugs, and I never got high because I saw that pain and it made me go a completely different direction. So, yeah, I'll bless up and have a good night.
Yes, sir. Troy, thank you again for the opportunities. Thank you again, Major Key. Man, it was a great interview over there, and I couldn't have did it without you guys. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thanks for that. Yeah, Kyle, that's dope, man. Like I was saying, man, guys, man, people don't be saying, "Hey, yo, I'm doing this interview with David Benavidez. Yo, I want you to be on the panel when I ask the questions. Yo, I like what you're doing. Let's collab. Let's do it." That don't happen, yo. You feel me, Zach? That shit just don't happen.
Bro. And then that's a testament to the hard work that you put in and how you conduct yourself and carry yourself. That he even extended that opportunity to you. So that's a big up right there, man. That's respect amongst men. You know, looking at you, Mark, you always do a great job producing the show and hosting, and ask good questions and intelligent also. You know, you always have an intelligent way of putting everything in, putting out your content and a nice viewpoint, vantage point, to where it's not offensive. You know, you put it out there well. So I'm pretty sure I have to go back and watch the replay on that. But I'm pretty sure you asked some nice, solid questions and got some good answers. You know, in a way that was productive.
Hell yeah, man. We about to wrap this one up because, like I said, I'm gonna go on and chop up that interview into some pieces. But I'm also gonna put it out online as well. I mean, put it on my IG. It's already been shared on Facebook several times. Shout out to everybody on Facebook watching and sharing it. Man, I'm in like 36 groups on Facebook, and I post this everywhere. So I'm expecting to see great numbers tomorrow from me and Major Key. Because, you know, it take a minute for the YouTube to populate, especially when it's the Facebook stuff. You know, they be cross branding sometimes it's slow. But Kyle, talk to me, man. Hell of an interview, man. Like I said, that's crazy, man. I can't believe they did that for your boy today, man. That was super dope for them to allow me the opportunity, man. Talk to the champ. You feel me?
Yeah, man. It's bedtime in the Davis household, man. I'm trying to get these little kids to sleep. You know what I mean?
Go ahead. Give us your final thoughts, man, on everything, because we about to wrap this one up. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna do the playback for sure. I gotta do the playback, man. I know we don't miss a show, man, when it comes to yours. Man, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a hell of a job, man. Doing a hell of a job, bro. The way you break the show down, man, it's absolutely amazing. There's no hate in my heart, man. I wish you nothing but the success of 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Of an ESPN. You feel what I'm saying? Eli Zachary, you already know how we getting down, man. I'll see you tonight on my show. Major Key, man, salute to you for allowing marqnash to be a part of your panel and your situation, man. I really appreciate y'all for allowing my homeboy to get down.
I keep to the 100 all the time, bro.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What you say?
Did you do what I tagged you another day? It said unsigned artist, and I tagged you in it.
Nah, you sure you tagged me?
Go check your goddamn notifications, nigga.
Okay.
The boxing section, man. I keep to the buck all day, man. Like, listen, man, as long as people got respect on my panel, bro, everybody's welcome. That's gonna be from now to the end of days, bro. Until my demise, it's gonna be a buck every single time, man. I don't know how to keep it. I talk to people like the way that I would talk to them face to face. So as long as you come to me talking like you would talk to me face to face, because a lot of people think that, you know, like I'm some kind of like a little midget or something like that. When I'm 6'4.5", like 280 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't talk to me like that in my face, especially the way I carry myself.
So don't do that on the internet. You know what I mean? So when I talk to people with respect, and I expect the same in return. And if I can't get that, then you got a problem on your hands, because I'm gonna insult you the same way you insult me, but even further, because don't make me do it to you, Thunny, because I overdo it. You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you 100%. But Kyle, put your link in the chat, man. Go and put them babies to bed. I'll see you on the other side, brother. Thank you again.
I mean, you already know, man. Just slide through the night, man. It's Movie Monday, so we're gonna chop it up, man.
All right, I'm gonna do my best to keep it over there, man. Y'all try to start on time, man. I'm on the East Coast, man. That 3 o'clock in the morning be killing me, man. I can't do it sometimes. Or so I don't get my best my best to the streets already. I ain't got nothing left at 3 in the morning. But I definitely share the link and send my people over there. Thank you again, bro. God bless. I'll see you on the next one.
So, brother, what's the topic right now? And Sir Senior, a salute to you. Eli, I don't think I met you, but salute to you. What we talking about?
Man, we was really, man, we was doing a weekend recap. We had talked about that the interview we did over there. Taking some things away from that. Also, we had talked about some of the things that happened over the weekend with Kwame Brown. Charlamagne God apologized to him for some of the shit he was saying about him. But Kwame Brown said, you keep that apology in your back pocket, brother. You know what I'm saying? Kwame Brown got at Skip Bayless over the weekend. Yeah, Kwame Brown been in the news. But also we was talking about this senator who got a 14-year-old girl pregnant at the age of 18. She ended up, they got married when she turned 15, divorced 3 years later. She killed herself by the age of 20.
Damn.
And he's out here running to be an elected official in the Senate.
Yeah. Well, obviously he should get shot in the head, but I'm not qualified to talk about this one.
Let's talk about this boxing shit real quick, man.
As far as the interview itself, I felt like, look, man, he handled those questions very well. When it came down to it, you know what I'm saying? I did ask him about the dark side. You asked him a couple of tough questions. Certain people asked him about some questions, and he was very casual, man, nonchalant about it. Like, you know what? You're right. You know what I'm saying? Or here's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I was impressed to see how he was able to speak about that as such a young man, to speak about that shit off the top like nothing. You know what I mean? A lot of people be trying to cap, you know, they try to cover it up and shit like that. They try to talk about something else, like, yo, that didn't happen. He didn't deny anything. He just said, yo, you know what? Yeah, it's facts, man. You know, shit happens. You know what I mean?
Bro, you said it straight up. You was like, cocaine. You ain't sugarcoat nothing. You ain't say, failed drug test. You was like, yo, you was on that cocaine, right? And and what you gonna do?
Yeah, but I slip it in the right way though. Is it because I'm not trying to be?
He didn't run from it, Major Key. He was like, yeah, I was young, I was wilding out, I was partying.
Yep.
And I was making all the money. He talked about.
I respect you saying that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I mean, cut you off.
No. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying I was just trying to slide it in, like I was giving them. I wasn't throwing no softballs with that one. I was throwing it hard, but I was just like boom, this is a hard question, but I'm gonna say it nicely. You know what I mean? And now you got the responsibility on how you handle that. You know?
Yeah, man. Do you think he any question that did you think of one afterwards? Like, damn, we should have asked this. We didn't ask that.
Nah, Guido told me one, but I forgot what the fuck he said. Guido told me one afterwards. I got a couple calls afterwards of people that were on the panel, and Guido had one, and I was like, man, what the fuck? You forgot to ask that shit on the panel, bro. And he was like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, shit, man, like you should have asked that shit on the panel, but I forgot what the fuck that was, man, because we had so many damn questions. He gave us a generous amount of time, man. He stood over there like more than an hour, bro.
Yeah, about an hour, yeah.
Go ahead, Zachary. Did y'all ask him if he planned on moving up to 175 in a time?
Yes. Who asked him that? Mark? I think it was Rapstar or somebody.
Rapstar said, hey, yeah, you're a big guy at 168. Can we see you moving up to 175? And he said, absolutely. He said he wouldn't mind fight one of those guys for a title now.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, he kept it a buck. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. For a young dude, like, you know, some people at that age, they would have somebody like speaking for them and shit like that. Yo, he keeps it a buck, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was happy with the interview. You know what I'm saying? That shit, he kept it 100. and he wants the fights. He said, "Yo, I'll fight Andre. I'll fight Charlie." You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem, man. It's not a problem. I want to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants to fight them. He does, and you could tell that he's telling the truth. He's not ducking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you know what?
he was getting
That's one of
points
the
off
things
on
that I admire
Charlo.
about him.
Go ahead.
That's one of the things that I admire about him. When he came to the shop and he interviewed, his dad and him were there, but his dad didn't overpower him in the interview. He spoke for himself like a man. You know, it was kind of like, oh yeah, we see the same thing because we're father and son, trainer and fighter, but it wasn't a situation where the father was overpowering the son. David speaks for himself like a man.
Exactly, and I gotta respect him for that because I got a son. My oldest son is a couple years younger than him, and shit, like I gotta respect that because he's talking like a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he doesn't know what, like maybe he doesn't realize what kind of smoke he's gonna get himself into, but it seems like he does because he's already he's undefeated right now, and I think he had he was 14-0 or something like that when he was an amateur. Or some small shit like that. So he's basically undefeated his whole life.
Yeah, I think he only had like 6 fights as an amateur. He didn't have very many fights as an amateur.
I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was a small number. I thought it was like 14-0, but you may be right. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched so many box
right, because he started getting world champions, to spar with. I ain't mad at him, and he would say he was doing his thing. Let him tell her he was doing his thing.
Demond Nicholson jumped on the show. And Demond Nicholson was telling him that he was a fan, and then he invited Demond Nicholson to spar with him.
That was crazy.
He was 15 years old sparring.
Yo, I think that was part of my favorite part of the show was how you know what I'm saying, how respectful and humble he was. He was like, "Man, shoot, man, wherever you at, we can meet up and spar." Yo, I loved it.
He was actually trying to fly him out, though. I think Troy was trying to get David to come to Baltimore to do like a spar war, a gym war, or something, or just to work out. But he's like trying to get Nicholson in camp, and I hope that comes to fruition, man, because that'll be good work for both of those guys, man. Even if they can't do it in Baltimore, shoot, David said sound like he'll fly him out. Like, come on over here, get some work in with us, and get a nice little check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit, you know what I mean? Who's gonna get mad at that? He just took Berlanga 8 rounds, man. I was there to see that. Demond Nicholson was fucking punching the shit out of Berlanga, bro. I seen that sweat flying, bro. That was no joke. That was not a lie on TV. You know what I'm saying? That shit lasted 8 rounds for real. I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker taking him to the bank for real.
Hey, a lot of people gained respect for him after that fight with Berlanga. Because a lot of people thought that Berlanga was really, really like that. We had seen just before, the sparring with Lubin that made us start to say, okay, we'll see if that's just sparring. That's just sparring with the headgear on everything. But when that fight came, he gave a good look and a good account for himself against Berlanga. So that's good. He's getting some respect throughout the sport.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Major K, I really appreciate that opportunity, man, to get those bars off. And thanks again for letting me share the content. And,
You already know
do
what
the
it is,
simulcast.
man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if anybody here on this platform doesn't know, Mark Nash is a day one, bro. I got free shirts from him. He's gonna get free shirts from me. We're gonna keep rocking to you know what I'm saying, to the lights go out. You know what I mean? Like I got his back, he got my back, and it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? He does more expanded, more than boxing, but I like to keep my shit Major Key Monday. And anytime it's Monday, it is what it is. You might see a collabo when it comes to me and Mark Nash. You know what I'm saying? Because I fucks with Mark Nash hard, with the hip hop shit, and when it comes to the boxing shit. So it is what it is. And I fuck with Sir Senior and a lot of his platform here. You know what I mean? Again, my bad, Eli. I've never met you before, but however, I fuck with most of his platform here. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, it's all good. I mean, I'll be around. I do shows with Mark Nash, on Reggie Owens, on Kyle that was just here at TBS. We go over to the barbershop. We kind of bounce around.
All right. So you're a normal person then around here. You all right? My bad.
Yeah,
I just never bumped into you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Yeah, I've been. It's been about 3 or 4 years now. I've been bouncing around from platform to platform. I've just been doing shows with brother, but I guess I really need to go ahead and start kicking my own up. But that'll come in due time. I just enjoy chatting with the brothers right now. I got other things going on that I'm trying to build too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man. This,
I'll be
this
around. Bro.
yeah, this white girl told me one time. She said she don't believe in bad mistakes. She believe in happy accidents. Right. So that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to shit like this, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, Major Key, you know you
we
go.
bump heads on the right the right time frame, and everything works. You know.
And yo, Major Key, don't believe the hype and don't believe the hate. You're gonna get some hate from some people. They're gonna say, why you do the show with Mark Nash? You should have did that with me. Why you ain't do it with me? I wanted to do that on my show with you, Major Key. Why Mark Nash? Fuck that guy. And you posted, and you tell him, look, Mark Nash was on my very first live. And we ain't never had no problem, man. So
I already know,
yeah, man. But you gonna get some hate though. They gonna be like, they ain't gonna say it on the live though. They'll hit you backstage, be like, damn, man, why you doing that?
Listen, man, I get phone calls, I get messages. You don't think I stand my ground the same way 24/7, bro? I stand my ground 24/7, bro. Like, it's all good. I have to have these conversations sometimes with people. I have to educate them. Yo, listen, it is what it is. This is what happened, right? You weren't there this time. This is what happened. I went with this person. You weren't there. Next time, if you're there on time, I might give you a shot. But at this point, you know, and that's I don't want to sound cocky because I'm not a cocky dude. You know what I'm saying?
You sound like
Especially with 300 followers.
I was your third or fourth choice.
But my 300 followers right now, it's like we Spartans, bro. Let me raise my hand, bro. We Spartans right here. We on our fucking we on our mission to 1,000. Imagine 1,000 Spartans. You know what I'm saying? We on our Spartan shit right now with 300, bro. God bless everybody that subscribed to me. Straight up,
man.
bro.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, it ain't about the number of subscribers. It's about how active they are, how much they support you, bro. And are they sharing your link? Are they commenting in after it posts? You know, they might not share it on YouTube. Are they sharing on Facebook? Are they telling people about you on Instagram? Things like that.
If you my boy, did you share my fucking post? Exactly. You right on the money with that one. If you my boy, did you share my post? Did you share my link? Right? Are you trying to help me out?
Facts. You tell somebody
that's an important question to ask, right? So I see all that. Trust me, man. I'm not stupid, man. I'm playing chess out here, man. I'm playing chess out
I'm finna get ready to jump off, fellas. But Major Key just got another subscriber. I just subscribed to you.
Yo, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that, brother. And you got a channel?
Yeah, it's if you look in the chat, you'll see my name in there. Just type that in. That's my name.
Okay, all right. I got you then.
Talk to everything.
All right, Eli, be safe. I'll see you around. Yeah,
Yes,
Sir. You got anything you want? You was about to say something, Major Key. Go ahead, Sir Senior.
Sir Senior, my brother. What's going on?
What's up with you, man? I appreciate you showing the love and showing people how it's really supposed to be, because it's not too many real ones left, man. There's not too many real ones left. And I respect you for always, you know, good or bad, you always keep it real. You know, if it's a misunderstanding or it's straightforward, you keep it real. And I love when a person.
You talking about misunderstandings, like when Mark thought that that Donnie Vagina was better than me. That's the type of misunderstanding you talking about. All right,
Sir Senior, I'm getting you out of here. Sir Senior, you bringing up old shit. Get out of here.
Yo,
get out of here.
I had to say that one though. He set it up for me. I like that, bro. That was the alley-oop right there.
Yeah, Sir Senior trying to start some shit. Sir Senior don't want me on no more panels over there interviewing no more champs. He was like, remember Martin Nash did this bullshit, don't you? Let me on your panel interview Benavidez next time. Get your ass out of here, Sir Senior. Kick him out the classroom. No, I'm joking. But yeah, man. Like I said, I ain't got nothing else, man. I'm about to get off of here. I'm gonna chop up that clip, some of the footage from the interview, release that as a solo clip on IG. I'm gonna put that out on this channel as well as the backup page as well.
Yo, send me that through email too, man, because I don't know how to edit like that, man. One of the main things that y'all should know is Mark Nash is a fucking perfectionist when it comes to editing and shit like that. He's not lying when he has breaking the beats, and that he's a producer, engineer. Y'all need to holler at him and show him some love, man. Like ask him, yo, what's the price for this? What's the price for that? You know what I'm saying? And get a price for what you try to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a beat or intro or something like that, ask the man what you're trying to do, and he's gonna give you a fair price. He's gonna give you a fair price and do it right. You know what I mean? So talk to Mark Nash about that. You know what I'm saying? Help the brother out. He's been doing things for us. You know what I mean? Helping people out, and it is what it is, man. But yo, if you could send me a clip of that as well, I would greatly appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. Major Key, make sure you put your link in the chat. And you already know I already shared the link, but after I drop it, I'll chop it up and make another piece, man. Follow Majorkeyboxing, MAJOR Key KEY boxing, Majorkeyboxing. Sir Senior, take us home, man.
And man, I just enjoyed tonight's show, man. You actually covered everything. It was a perfect Monday show. You had an interview, then you came through with the news, and you did it all. You did your thing tonight. But I'm about to head. I got to head to bed, man. I gotta get some sleep because my goals require sleep. And
so you messed it up.
I thought you was going to cut me off and do it. I thought you was going to cut me off and do it, but it's all good. Maybe next time. But I'm out of here.
Tell people how they can follow you, Sir Senior. What you got going on your channel?
Oh, you can follow me at Cooking with Sir Senior. And I'll drop the link in the chat. I'm always cooking something. If it's home cooking or food for thought.
Absolutely.
But definitely go get that shirt that Mark Nash got on and that I got on at marqnash.com.
Yes, sir. Final thoughts on anything else? The other stuff we was talking about? You got anything you want to close with it up?
Oh, Charlemagne is trash. All rapists are trash. I respect Kwame for standing up for himself and being straightforward as a man. I respect David Benavidez for coming in and chopping it up with good fellas. They doing too hard. They going too hard on my boy Bud, but Bud moving funny. So, he got to do something to show himself that money.
He going to fight his number one contender, man, which is Virgil Ortiz. And that's a solid competition, solid competitor. And he just got to keep winning. Got to win in devastating fashion.
Exactly. Keep knocking him out. And he definitely got to knock out Josh Taylor, or they're going to steal that from him. It's already set. You don't ever mess around with Bob. Bob is going to get you. If he can't get you on the front end, he gonna get you on the back end. Pause.
I don't see him fighting Taylor in September. I think he might not fight again I think he's gonna just fight one more time this year and close out that contract. I don't see him doing 2 fights over there. And I'd be really shocked if Taylor fights him in his very next fight. I would be so shocked if he did that. But we shall see. But at best, though, I hope he fights Virgil Ortiz, which is his number one contender, right?
Yeah, I would love to see him fight Virgil Ortiz. Shoot, I would actually like to see him fight Mikey Garcia. I would like to see him do that because then you could always on one side do the comparison, and 2, you could shut up the naysayers with that one as well. So any one of those the top 3 of Mikey Garcia that are still available, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, or Virgil Ortiz. But I would love the Virgil Ortiz above, the other 2. Sean Porter would be second, and then even Mikey would be third, but pretty good.
Right. Shout out to Ron Finkley. Good comment out there, man. But look, this has been a great episode. I'll put the link out there. If anybody need to holler at me after the episode, I'll be here for a little bit. You already know how I do it, man. I try to chop it up with y'all a little bit. I know some people might need help getting some things done. Some people might be shy about being on the panel, but they still want to holler at the boy and see if I can help them out with something. So the link is out there. If you want to pull up, holler at me backstage. I'll be here for a couple minutes. Then I'm gonna be working on that guy Eclipse video. That guy Eclipse got a dope video coming out. I did some work on it for him. Shout out to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. And those guys over there, the LDBC, the usual suspects, appreciate y'all reaching out. I was able to do some work with them on their intro and outro game too. So hope y'all enjoyed that as well. Sir Senior, thank you again for pulling up. Major Key, Troy, Eli Zachary, Kyle, the boxing section. Brother Bakar called in. Brother Bakari, anybody? Am I missing anybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Man, got mad love and respect for y'all, man. It's been a hell of a show. Remember, Edith will be dropping June the 11th. It will be in a phone near you. So check me out. I already got Mad Records streaming on all platforms in your phone right now. MARQNASH, just how it says right there. Just look me up. Probably like over 50 beats and songs in there. Got R&B, instrumentals, all kind of shit. Y'all gonna love it. Also, subscribe to my YouTube music page. So when you type in Mark Nash, you'll see some music in there. It's a different channel. So sub to that as well. So you can be the first ones to get the music when I release it. Anything else we got to do, Sir? Saying anything else? Am I missing anything?
No, we're going to be back Wednesday, though.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back Wednesday. Again, man, I can't thank Major Key and Troy enough, man, for hitting me up, man, and setting this up. We've been setting this up for a couple of weeks. We got a couple other things we're going to be working on too as well. So, man, thank you. And like I said, I know there's some brothers out there that's like, why him? Yeah, man, because I'm active, I'm available, I'm grinding, I'm networking, and I show love, I get love. So with that said, remember, drinks require sleep, goals require effort. You can go get that hoodie at marqnash.com. I will see you guys on Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Thank y'all again for all the support. I love y'all. Hold on for the outro. Sir, if you want to holler at me. If not, man, I'll see y'all all later, man. It's your boy, Mark Nash. Peace. Oh, and you've been watching Breaking the Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, arts, technology, sports, and anything else we can squeeze into those letters. Shout out to David Benavidez, two-time super middleweight champion. Thank you again, man. Bro, man, he answered those questions. I didn't think he ran from none of them, man, and he want that smoke. He want that damn smoke with Charlo, so we're going to see what happens, man. Thank you again. I will see y'all Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Don't be late.
This that squad sound.
Yeah, we at the championship. Let's go.